Even in times of celebration, we find strife, whether with men tormented by their own past or enmity with others rearing its ugly head. There's always trouble in the world. Even the rain and the wind can be a brutal teacher about the lessons one must learn in life. Sometimes our troubles come at our own hands. Some say the gods made us to seek struggle, to forge swords and use them on each other. Whether in the first two wars, man and Varl pitted against each other, or in the recent conflict with the Dredge, there may be some truth to that idea. In every life, it seems there's some blood to be spilled. Tonight, that blood will belong to the warriors of Thornheim, to Kettleguard. It will be new blood spilled in service to an old grudge. Blood to protect a gift, Aelfdan Dredgehammer, a sword, to see it safe through the old wood, into the hands of the fabled Gudrun Hornbreaker. Blood to honor the bride. Or so say the bloodthirsty. Maybe it's just human nature at work. So while our characters prepare themselves for battle, I have a decision for the caravan to make. So while they're off being heroes, members of the caravan, riled to action by the sight of a Thornheimer camp, have decided to bring the battle to them. While the more militant members of your caravan rush into the fray, you have a choice to make. Will you be compassionate and stay back, ready to tend the wounded, wondering why we can't all just get along? Are you going to be pragmatic and keep a watchful eye on the supplies? Because it wouldn't do to have things go missing during the battle. Or are you going to be ruthless, which is to say wait at the sidelines with bow and spear, ready to catch anyone who tries to retreat? So go ahead and start voting on that, caravan, and I'll begin the battle with these fine folks. So you decided at the end of the last session that you want to preempt Tyr and Berg and these backstabbing Thornheimers. You want to preempt them attacking you by bringing your swords to them. So what does that look like? Is this a strike at night? Do you blow a horn of challenge to draw them out? How have you prepared for battle? What's the scene before the battle takes place?
A good question. I think the honorable thing to do would be to approach them banging shields and blowing horns. You know, I want to kill some Thornheimers, but I want them to see it coming.
Do we want to give
Bjorn
them
wants to roar at them.
Do we want to give them the privilege of being honorable towards them when they wouldn't do the same for us?
Well, I think that's what sets us above the dirty Thornheimers.
This is not a battle about what makes us morality better or worse than the others. This is about survival, and this is about them possibly doing an attack on us if we do not attack them first. I think to give them any kind of warning may not be the best of ideas.
Aren't they already expecting us in some way?
Yes.
I mean, we kind of minced words with them before they kind of went off to do their own thing.
We have given them sufficient warning.
Great, let's go.
I believe we go in this raw.
So is
Yeah.
this
Alright.
is this so? Do you have there are fighters amongst your caravan who'll be ready to fight in the background? There are a fair number of these Thornheimers who are going to fight back when they realize that battle is upon them. You have a camp up top of the hill. They are down the hill at the edge of the woods. Do you assemble your troops, get them to draw swords, and then rush down the hill screaming, or do you call them out? What does that look like? What is the tense moments before battle? And is this happening at night? You know, torches drawn, or do you wait for the dawn?
I say if we wait for dawn, they might attempt to attack us before we have a chance.
They have time to prepare, and we don't want to give them that.
Yes, if we fight the night, we could actually use the shadows as a way to help us. We know this land, or we can figure out this land pretty well, so maybe we could find a ways to hide ourselves into the darkness and attack when it seems appropriate.
I am always in favor of using the shadows to our advantage. Is there a way that we could perhaps keep our higher ground advantage, yet still be the ones to engage?
What kind of weapons does our caravan have?
So
for battle?
your fighters have a good array of weapons. They have swords and shields, weapons for close combat. But there are among you a group of archers as well. Some have spears, throwing axes for sort of middle range as your enemy rushes towards you.
Could we shoot their tents with flaming arrows?
Yeah,
I like that.
there's your light.
Yeah.
We could have
It would create confusion among their ranks.
yes.
But in it, we also risk burning the forest. Is that something we should be concerned about?
we don't plan to stay here, do we?
But also, I would prefer to keep my distance from flame.
True.
Right, and also, I have an affinity for forest creatures. Let's not burn down the whole forest. That's a good point.
Yeah, they're far enough away from the edge of the old wood that you're not likely to cause,
okay,
especially with there's been days of storm, right? So the
Right,
wood
yes,
is
it was
replete
raining, yes.
with water.
All right, then I say burn them.
Okay.
Oh, wait, but the days of storm, their tents are probably drenched. That might not work.
It's at least worth a try, and I
Alright.
believe it would be a good idea to keep some archers up top, so that way they can continue to create any attacks from above, while the rest of us can go in with close combat.
Perhaps you and I could find a point where they may run away from the fire. That way we can keep a safe distance from the fire, but take the people out that are trying to run out.
The element of surprise as well as survival of our own. I like the strategy.
I was going to propose, once they all exit their tents because of the fire and come out and must face us in battle, I wanted to ask if the Varl would like to spearhead the attack, being that you're all strong and mighty.
I believe we'd prefer to keep our distance from the fire.
Yes.
Simply because it doesn't agree well with our clothing.
But rest assured, if any of them come near us, you will not have to worry about them any longer.
I'm worrying about my people. Can I count on you if you see any of our people in distress to go to their aid?
We are all about the survival of this mission and to get where we need to go. If that includes keeping your people protected, then that is what we will do. But know that it's more for the obvious chances of finishing this mission, more so than any kind of emotional reasons.
There is always also the possibility that those fleeing the fire in fear, perhaps even your Varl friend, may want to turn sides at that point.
Very true.
It could be worth talking to Berg again before engaging battle with him.
He seems pretty heavily under Tyr's sway, but if you were to give him reason to believe that Tyr is not a worthy person to follow, he might be able to be convinced.
It's always right for a Varl to agree to another Varl. If they do not, then we no longer see them as Varl, and you know what happens after that.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's just as likely that you'll come to blows, but if that's how it goes, that's how it goes. So just so I'm clear, the plan has gone from maybe we call them out and get them into a big fight to we shoot flaming arrows into their tent while they're sleeping, and then as they run out, we execute them.
Yes.
I mean, when I say it like that, maybe it comes across as a little less valiant than you had anticipated, but just to be clear, that's...
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I always go the way of blood by my great sword.
Sure.
But it's up to you if you'd rather take more emotional approaches.
Among my family, the punishment for radish theft is death by flaming arrows. So
Yes, it's
I have no problem with this.
Right.
This is
Great.
fine.
poetic justice. Okay.
Yeah.
So where will you put your archers? They're up at the top of the hill,
Yes.
and you'll have them fire the arrows down to signal the beginning of the battle. So when these Thornheimers they awaken, they draw weapons, they rush out. Will you be waiting for them? Will you have men raiding down to fight them there, or will you try to draw them up to you? What do you do if they flee? What if they come out of their tents and they separate?
We
and
would
run
have people. We would have the archers up top.
Mhm.
We would have people coming down to attack them. So when they run out from their tents,
right?
they
So
are
you
ready.
have ready. Okay.
And if any were to try to escape from the sides, since where we will be located,
That's where we'll be.
then they will take care of those
A
individuals as they
safe
come to us.
distance away
And
from
then
the
once
fire.
we feel like we've got them really circled, we can move in a little bit tighter. Of course, also when the fire goes down a little bit.
We
I'm
do
saying-
have an advantage with the numbers of our people.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the two of you are going to be waiting to the sides of the camp so that when they come out, you'll be ready to meet them there. What about the three of you? Where will you be when the arrows begin to fall?
I would like to position myself so that I can see our sword, Elfton Dredgehammer, and so that I can see Edric at all times. I would like to have a viewpoint to both of those.
Okay, so you want to stay far enough back, but close enough to keep an eye on your friends.
Yes.
So they don't get in trouble. Okay.
Yes.
So will the sword move with you then? Are you going to take it off the cart?
No, I'd like to keep it on the cart, provided there's enough of our caravans still around that area, but I want to make sure that I have a constant eye line to it.
Okay. All right. All right. So that will potentially bring it closer to the battle, but it'll be safer. You think it's safer close to you than
Well, I
somewhere
don't
further
want to
away.
move it. I just want to make sure that I have an eye line to it, even if
Okay.
it's far away.
All right. So it'll be dark.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be moonlight and fire from the tents,
Yes.
ostensibly.
Yes.
So we may you may need to call for there may be a roll involved later to
Okay.
see if you can keep track of where everything is.
Okay.
Because in the chaos of battle, these things can happen. Okay. So what about the two of you?
I have a short bow.
Okay.
So I suppose I'll join the archers
Okay.
and
so you want to lead
fire
the archers?
Fire flaming it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give the command to fire, and I will also fire flaming arrows onto the dirty Thornheimers.
Yes. Good.
That suits me well.
As is their deserved
Yes.
fate.
And Bjorn will help guard in case they get into the archer lines with any
Right.
of them.
Okay.
And
So
yes.
Bjorn is acting as a guard up at the top of the hill. in
Yes.
case they
Yes.
run.
With us.
Okay.
He's
All right.
near me, but yeah.
So Sylvie, what about you?
I'll be at the front of the lines with the people.
You're
with
just
all
like
the melee
ready
weapons.
as soon as they
I'll
come
lead
out.
them.
Okay, good. All right. So everyone separates, and you start to make your way to prepare for battle. Now, are you attempting to do any of this like stealthily, or is this just kind of like if they notice, they notice?
I think they'll notice the fire.
yeah.
Well, they'll notice when you fire the arrows at their tents. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
It would
Before
be
that,
very
I
hard
think
for them not
stealth-
to notice.
stealthy.
that.
They're
Yeah.
gonna notice probably us lighting up flaming arrows too. Yeah.
But they
Okay.
won't see those of us that have attempted to surround their camp.
That's
Right.
sort of what I was asking.
So
yeah,
maybe
if-
we
if the-
stealthily go to our positions and then begin with the fire, so that way we're all in our respective places when this battle begins.
Okay.
Right.
Well, why don't the two of you make agility checks for me, and we'll see how stealthily you're able
Okay.
to make your approach. And I'll roll for
I
a
rolled
random
a
Thornheimer.
6,
Do you have agility?
and I have a +1, so that's a 7.
Okay.
I roll an 8 and I have a +2. That's 10.
Okay. All right. So the two of you and a handful of your eagerest warriors, the ones that want to be like right down in there, the ones who are calling for the murder them in the sleep plan. These guys are thirsty for blood. They follow you because they figure wherever the Varl will go, that'll be the best place to get in a fight. And so, these are mostly young warriors of the village. They have bucklers and swords, and they have them drawn, and they're having a hard time keeping their excitement to themselves, like they're whispering to each other, and there's the nerves of battle. And I think that as you make your way around towards the camp, you set up your flanking position. There is a thorn. You see someone, a Thornhammer, who has come out of his tent, quite drunk, and staggers over to the edge of the fire to relieve himself into the darkness. And he looks up, and he sees you in the edge of the. He maybe sees the flickering of the fire. You haven't drawn your weapons yet, but your men, eager though they are, they've drawn swords, and he sees the firelight reflecting off one of their swords, and he takes a deep breath, about to shout for someone to.
Is it possible that I can grab him and not kill him, but like grab him and silence him,
Yeah.
so that he does not give any kind of warning out? Because I would hate for him to be able to warn the others before our plan officially takes shape.
Yeah. Let's
wanna
see if
keep
you're
that
let's see if you're
quiet.
quick enough. Yeah. So he sees you, takes a deep breath, and then you spring into action. He turns to run, and we'll see if you can grab him before he gets a chance to say anything. So make another agility check. See how fast you are. 11 is the number to beat.
19 plus 2, 21.
Nice. Okay. All right. So you fall on him like a thunderbolt, and you grab him. And so the idea is, do you want to like knock him to the ground, get him in a headlock?
Yeah, I want to like bring him in so he doesn't say anything, and then like take a rock and just like knock him cold, knock
You
him
probably
unconscious.
don't even need a rock. You could probably just knock him
Oh
out with
yeah,
your
what am
hand.
I saying? I'm a
You're a
Var.
Var.
I'm gonna punch
like,
him.
Your hand is
Yeah.
like the size of his torso.
Exactly.
So you grab him with one hand.
So I grab him with one
Okay.
hand, I punch with the other hand, but just enough to knock him unconscious for right now.
Okay, so he
And
tries to draw a long knife and stab you in the hand.
Well, I
while
grab
you're-
that.
yeah, you're
well, I
grabbing him.
grab his hand, turn it to like his side, not to hit like a major part, so but enough to wound him,
Okay, all right.
and then punch.
Okay, so I'll see if he's able to get the blade into you before you hit him.
Oh.
You don't have to roll to hit him. Like he's just
Okay.
it's a defensive thing. So he's just drawing his weapon. What is your armor right now?
My armor value?
Yes.
13.
It's 13. Let me see. You should have armor as well. What's your deflection?
Oh, I'm sorry. Deflection is 20.
Okay, so you're very, very well armored. I have to get a 20 on this D20. I don't have a
Oh,
bonus. I have
okay.
to roll a 20,
Wow.
or he won't be able to hurt you. I got a 6.
So-
So he
That
draws
didn't
the
work.
knife and he stabs it into your hauberk, and just there's nothing. He can't penetrate the armor. You're huge. You grab him and you manage to just like knock him unconscious.
And then I tell the other men to like put him aside.
Do you think we should subdue him?
Well, I just want to make sure that he's out for right now.
The two of you are talking, and you hand him over, and one of the men, one of these battle-eager young wolves, he looks up at you and he says, "No worries, friend Varl, we've got him." And you can see him and the other guy, and like they're like, "We're gonna take him over here and make sure he doesn't ever talk to anybody ever again."
Great.
I think his fate is decided.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if they
No
do
matter.
it's okay.
Time to focus.
Yeah.
Right,
There'll be
okay.
plenty of fun for us soon, brother.
So in the shadows,
old times.
silhouetted in the shadows behind the two of you, we see these three men all like draw knives and just like stab the unconscious man. And
Who are these people? They're just like blood hungry.
Yeah, like,
Out
they're
of sight, out of
thirsty.
mind.
listen, there was a significant portion of the caravan who in the first episode chose to bring knives with them.
We
so
turned
That's
this
true.
direction, so we
Yeah,
didn't see
yeah.
it.
I just hear
Yeah.
Right.
some rustling behind.
So you get settled into place. So meanwhile, up at the hill, you've got your position. You've got a good view. I think maybe you can see them skulking up through the shadow. There's a brief scuffle, but there's no alarm raised. And you're next to the cart, and one of the sort of quartermasters, the person responsible for all the food and everything, assures you, we got it safe and sound, hidden away as promised. And so he kind of like looks on nervously as you survey the battlefield. I want to get you to make a roll, though. I want to see. Can you make a knowledge roll for me?
Me?
The witch.
Okay.
We'll get to you. You're coming right down the front lines.
Oh yeah.
Okay. A 6.
Okay, everything
Lord.
looks great. The battle looks like it's
Great.
gonna go good.
Awesome.
Everything seems
Yeah.
perfect. Good. You feel great about this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Can I say something to the guy?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It is imperative that Dredgehammer remains untouched and in our possession. Do you understand me?
And he shakes his head. And he says, "Milady, no. What's an imperative?"
It is incredibly important that no one else touches this sword.
Of
It
course.
is worth more than money.
Of course. Kind of like looks at it and he's like, "I didn't realize it was so valuable." The thought of like, what would it take for me to steal? No, I shouldn't. That's a bad idea. And his fear of you is like, it's a passing fancy, and he returns to sanity. Then he just kind of comfortingly like pats the cart, like it'll be okay, and kind of hides behind you. Okay, so you'll be the one that signals the beginning of the battle. So where are you and the less stabby in the dark types? Like the people that follow you are ones who have aspirations of being heroes. Like they're like, we're gonna meet them out in the battle, and it'll be great. Like, we'll do the thing the right way. So you have the idealists that are following you. And so are you waiting to like charge? Are you giving them a speech? Like where are you before the battle begins?
Well, we're waiting for the signal for the arrows to go before we make any noise or any sign that we're
Okay.
coming for them.
Okay.
But I do want to encourage the people that I will lay down my life for them, for any of my people, to keep harm from them.
Yeah, and they all look at each other, and let's have you roll influence, and if you have any skills for like inspiring people. You're intimidating.
I'm intimidating.
So that didn't really sound like you were being intimidating. You're like, you're gonna do
No.
great. You could if you want to. You could be like, you're gonna do great, because if you don't, I'll kill you myself. That's more like intimidating. But you could just roll influence straight up to see if you can inspire.
Yeah,
these
I'll do
folks.
that.
Let's see how inspiring you are.
7.
Ooh, not very.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So they're nervous.
But I'll
they're-
die for them.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want anyone to die at all. Like, please don't die. That would be bad. So they hadn't really thought about it. They're like, oh, it's just another fight with Thornheimers. Like, I don't know. Now I'm having second thoughts, but they'll follow you. They're still ready. They just may not fight as effectively as.
They're having existential crises
Yeah,
now.
they don't really want to. This is maybe a bad idea, but that's okay. Because up on the hill, you and a group of about a dozen archers have the arrows lined up, and down slightly behind the hill, someone is approaching with a torch, ready to light the arrows. So.
Yes. So should I talk to my men as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Today, men, we take vengeance upon the Thornheimers. For years, they've stolen our radishes, They've disrespected our elders. They've trespassed upon our lands. And today we have our revenge, men. And you men before me, will rain down the fire from above that will set these Thornheimers to fear and running. You men are chosen.
Excellent.
You're way better at public speaking.
It's much easier when you're like, we're going to get to kill them from way over here
Yeah.
with
Yes.
bows, and not like, hey, everybody, I'm willing to die for you.
I'm first.
I'm going to go. We'll
Yeah.
do it. Okay, so yeah, same thing. Make a, and let's see.
Oh, man.
4. Listen, everybody's having second thoughts
5.
except the murder squad.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, I think they like nervously kind of look at each other. Some of them wish that they were down in the battle. They're like, no, my place is up here. And like one of them touches a radish-shaped brooch, holding his cloak pinned. He touches the brooch and nods like, yes, vengeance. And he like draws his bow, and everybody gets ready to fire. Let's see how effective that is. Let's have you make a roll. Roll and add your agility to a d20, and we'll see how accurate this first shot
Okay,
is.
16
Alright.
plus 3, 19.
19. Okay,
Nice,
perfect. Okay,
nice.
so you tell me where are you aiming? Are you aiming at a particular tent? Are
Tyr's
you-
tent.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're gonna go right for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, let's light up Tyr.
Okay, so we see trailing like a comet across the sky. We see toward the arrow hurl across, hissing in the damp air, and then thwack right into the side of the tent. And there's a moment where everyone holds their breath, and then it ignites, and then the rest of the arrows follow, landing more or less in the same place. Hit Tyr's tent, a few of the other nearby tents, they ignite in flame, and an alarm goes up almost immediately. They've been drinking, so it's not everybody that gets up right away. But Tyr certainly is ready, and he comes running out of his tent, and he's pulling on his chain shirt, and he's got his axe in his hand. And and he comes running out, and some of the other men from the nearby tents, they emerge as well. So what's the next thing that happens? Is this when you charge them?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're gonna run forward. And
We're going to let them come out of their tents. They're already out in the open, right? They're not in the forest.
yeah. The forest is behind them. Yeah.
Right. So we're going to let them funnel out of their tents and be ready to charge them on the outside.
Okay. All right. So the battle is joined. Right now, the only foes that they can see are Sylvie and a few of the other warriors. But what we'll do is we'll determine the order in which y'all want to take your actions. So you let me know, and then in between every one of you, I'll get to do something with one of my goons. So I assume Sylvie is going to go first. Is that an accurate assessment?
sense, yes.
Okay. All right. So Sylvie will be first, and then who goes next after Sylvie? Who wants to take the turn next? You could fire more arrows. Or
Sure.
if you have
Yeah,
something you wanna
I'll
do.
go second.
Yeah, you want to go second?
Yeah.
Okay. So Torvald will go second. Okay. All right.
I would like to go last.
Yeah. So you want to go last? Okay. So that means the
Then
two of
it'll
you.
be
So
us.
which of the two of you is
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
go first?
I'll go first.
Gonna go first.
And then after me, yes.
Okay. All right. So Adric. All right. So putting this back here. Okay. Great. That looks good. And then Isgard, you'll go last. Excellent. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's give her. So you are maybe, I don't know, how far away do you want to be? Do you want to just be able to like rush up with your shield and get right
I think
into
we
them?
should be ready as soon as they start coming out of tents right
Okay.
there.
All right. So everybody begins. You begin your the session with however much willpower you have. That's your pool to use for the whole session today. Some of you have more than others. You can use these to, if you look at your character sheet, you have class abilities. It'll say you can spend 1 willpower. So that's what you use your willpower for in your class abilities. But you also, under the willpower pool, there's some listed things you can do. If the sheet says you have advantage or an enemy has disadvantage, it just means you roll a d20 twice and you get to take the better one if you have advantage, or you take the worst one if you have disadvantage. And you'll get that or give that by using willpower on your turn. On your turn, you can move. So you can tell me you move a certain distance. You can like rush towards an enemy. You can rush away. You can reposition to get up close to someone, and then you can take an action. So you can attack. So let's use your turn as an example because we haven't
Okay.
done combat before. So on your turn, you want to rush up to where Tyr is.
Yes.
You see Tyr with he's got his axe and his shield. You want to run up to him, and then you want to just attack him.
Sure.
That's the
Yeah,
plan?
I'll go right for it.
Okay. All right. So you rush up to where Tyr is, I think he sees you, and he doesn't have time to like put together a pithy rejoinder. Like there's no supervillain moment for him here because he gets a shield to the face. But you come running forward, and you get to make an attack. Now, when you attack somebody, you can attack one of two things. If they have heavy armor on or they have a shield, they're going to have a high deflection score. That means that they have a lot of armor, and if you attack them with your strength, you're probably going to bounce off. But if you want to weaken them, you can break them. So you can use your break stat to reduce their armor. So you can choose what kind of attack that you want to use.
Okay.
At a glance, Tyr looks like he's reasonably well armored. He would probably be better armored if he had more time. He doesn't have a helmet or anything, but he has like a small shield, and he's pulled on his chainmail coat. So do you want to attack and try to hurt him despite the fact that he's armored, or do you want to try to break his armor down?
I'll start by trying to break his armor down.
Okay, cool. All right, so you can make an attack. So you're gonna need a d20. Yep. And what's your break stat?
My break is 3.
Okay, so you're going to be rolling against his dodge, which is a 14. He's going to try to dodge out of the way.
Okay.
So if you can get a 14 or better on that roll, so you can roll and add 3. Nice.
20.
Okay,
Okay.
20 plus
So that's a
3.
crit. So if you get a 20, and I think one of you guys has like an extended crit range where it's a 19 or a 20 as a crit. I think one of you might have that ability as a class ability.
Let me see.
But for everybody else, if you roll a 20, that's a great first combat roll. So it means you do double your damage.
Okay.
So your break damage is going to be whatever your damage for the weapon you're using is. So
Okay, that's my longsword?
that's your longsword. Yep. And I assume you have your shield, or do you have?
Yes.
Okay, so you have your
Have
shield, out.
shield.
So it's your longsword. So you're going to roll 2 8-sided dice, and that's how much damage his armor is going to take.
2. Is that these ones?
Those are 10s.
Oh,
This guy's the 8.
this is 8.
Yeah. So roll that twice.
Twice. 7.
My goodness.
6.
Okay. So what is that?
13.
13. It's 13. Yeah. Cool. All right. So you just ruin his armor. His
Oh,
armor's
cool.
trashed. Yeah. So I think he's struggling to get his armor on. He sees his shield. You come running up, and you just smash his shield out of his hand. It goes flying into the dirt, and you bring your axe down right into his chest and break his armor. I think a big chunk of it falls off, tangles up his arm, and you've caught him completely by surprise. So you did it. Good work. All right. So now one of his bandit friends is going to attack. So he's got some other friends. I think one of them has an axe that he's gonna throw at you.
Okay.
So he sees you come out, and he grabs his axe, hurls it your way. What's your armor or your deflection?
My deflection is
It's right there.
21.
Okay, so you're very well armored. All right, so this thug is gonna spend one of his willpower. They have some willpower as well. So he's gonna spend one to give himself advantage, which means I'm gonna roll twice.
Okay.
Now they've got a +2 to hit, so I need a 19 or better, which is not great, but we'll see how it goes. I got a 5, so that's not enough, even with the +1, and then a 4. Okay, so he comes running out. He throws this axe, and you just bring your shield up, and it embeds it in your shield. Torvald, it's your turn.
Okay. How intermingled are the lines right now of the Thornheim and Kettelheim? Are there?
There's a lot of chaos kind of at the edges. They haven't quite figured out yet, like, what's going on. The only people that know there's a fight and not just like a fire are the ones that Sylvie is sort of personally tangling with. So
Okay.
those two.
Okay. So, seeing that Sylvie has run up to the front lines, I want to run up and join her with Bjorn. So I tell the men, fire on their back lines, so that
Okay.
you don't fire over the men of our heads. I'm like, fire on their back lines, and then
Okay.
I would like to sprint towards where they are.
Okay.
Where
all right.
Sylvie is.
So you're
With
gonna
Bjorn.
put your bow away, and
Yeah.
you and Bjorn run forward. What's
Yeah.
your other weapon?
So my
Yeah?
other weapon is a dagger.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna run up.
Okay. All right.
And,
so you
uh,
draw your dagger. I think you're far enough away that it's gonna take like your whole turn to get down to the
Okay.
edge where they are.
All right.
Okay. Cool. All right. So that means that I get to make another turn, and right now, Sylvie, you're the only target. So another of the thugs emerges from a tent to protect Tyr. This one sees that you've got your big shield, you have your armor and stuff. So he's gonna try and break your armor. He's gonna try and do to you what you did to Tyr. So what's your dodge?
My dodge is 10 plus
Right.
my
Yeah.
agility.
So you're-
I have 0 agility.
Yeah, exactly. You have 0 agility, so your dodge is 10. So you're bulky. You got all this armor, but he's going to be able to try to break off your armor. Now, you do have your shield mastery ability because you still have your shield.
Yes.
So any damage that I deal you, cut it in half. Okay? So this is going to try to damage your deflection. It's going to damage your armor. He's not going to spend his willpower. Just gets 1 attack. So I need a 9 or better to hit you. And I got a 9. Okay. So your armor is reduced by 7.
7.
Yeah. And I can keep track of it on here as well. Okay. Great. So what's your total now for deflection if your armor goes down?
Oh,
Yeah, you can just take it off of your total deflection there.
okay. Then that would go down to math.
I know,
14.
math, right?
I haven't
I'm
done math in
so
years.
bad at it. Okay.
What is calculator?
Okay, there we go. All right, Sylvie. So your armor is damaged in the same way. He gets to use his break attack on you. It doesn't do you any harm. You're not weakened at all, but enough of this, and eventually you will become a vulnerable target. Okay. All right. So that's the 2 bandits and Tyr. So, Hedrick, it's your turn.
Yeah. Let's do
So
it.
you're standing, you and Magnus and your sort of backup guys, or you're standing at the edge waiting to see if they flee, if they break from the fight and flee out to the sides, because that's one way they could escape. But you do also see Sylvie being literally just piled on by these goons, throwing axes at her. She's still holding strong, but
Yeah, I'd like to head in that direction.
okay. So
I
you
just
want to
want
run
to take
up?
out as many men at once with my great sword as I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my goal.
All right. So you wanna rush up, and I think you can get within range to attack one of the ones that's attacking her.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Don't forget for your damage, you only take half. So whatever number I give you, you cut it in half.
Right.
Yeah.
So is that half?
Whatever the damage I gave you is half. I didn't want to forget. Give me your new deflection once you figure that out. So you come running forward. What's your weapon? What do you have?
I have a great sword.
That's right. Your
Yeah.
great broadsword.
That's right.
So you come rushing out of the darkness, and I think that the thugs who initially thought, oh, this is just a fight with like the wannabe shield maiden, like they've just come out here to cause trouble. Then they see her the first of her 2 Varl friends emerge from the shadows, and there's some fear. You've seen this look on men before, and you rush forward. So you're within range of one of them with your sword. What do you want to do?
I guess I'd like to. Would I need to break the armor, or could I just like do a straight up like strength attack?
I mean, you're pretty strong. You might be able to hit them through their armor. They look like less well armored than Tyr was.
Okay. Yeah.
before
Then let's just
she
attack.
got her hands
Let's
on
do a
them.
straight death strike.
Yeah, so you just want to do a strength attack?
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
a strength attack,
Okay, cool. All right, so you're going to roll a d20. You're going to
Alright.
add your strength,
which is a +4.
and you need a 14 or better.
15.
Nice. Okay.
So that's
you get a 19. Yep.
Right.
So what's the damage on your weapon?
Where's my dang weapon? Great sword. Where would it say my damage?
It should be listed just in your inventory.
Yeah, it says
1d12.
1d12. Got it.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
that orange guy right there.
This one?
The bigger
This
one.
one.
Yeah, that guy.
Great.
It's big, and you add your strength bonus to this as well.
Great. My strength bonus is +4. That's 8.
He had 10.
12.
He had 10 health, so as you can imagine, he's not alive anymore.
Right.
Um,
That's a dead man.
What? Yeah. What does that look like?
I think it's just a massive. I like to chop heads. I've chopped a head at this point, so I think I just went for the head and I chopped the head right off.
Okay. All right.
It's
Great.
effective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
effective.
All right. So you see? Do you do this? Is this like? Do you rush forward silently, or is there a battle?
I think there's a
cry, or-
battle cry
Okay.
for sure,
All right.
especially since they're crowding around her. So
Have the two of
maybe
you
it
have the two
distracts
of you
them.
fought alongside each other before?
I don't think so. No.
So like
No.
you've seen him take people's heads off before, but not like in
well,
a fight.
she witnessed me take the guy's
Yeah.
head off back at
But
camp.
now
yeah.
now he's fighting. So what's your reaction when you see him come running? Are you like afraid? Do you show no emotion? Like what is that?
I'm
look
just
like?
very grateful he's on my side.
Right,
And he's
okay.
fighting in my defense, so I'm grateful he's coming to help me.
Yeah, I think that in humans especially, there's this like deep kind of atavistic feeling of fear of the Varl, even if they're your friends. And so it's replaced by this kind of like, okay, this is one of the good ones. We're okay. He's not here to chop my head off for now. Okay.
For now.
And I think the call, the battle cry kind of alarmed the men in the area surrounding her. So maybe that kind of, is there a role I can do for that? Maybe like a distraction or something?
I think if you wanted to try to like roar at them and intimidate them and stuff, you could do that as an action on your next turn.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. So you burst out and do that. So all this shouting has attracted the attention of Berg, of the Varl Berg.
Of course.
So his tall tent, the flaps burst open, and you see him with his big shield and his hammer. He points it at you, and then he charges roaring. And so he comes crashing into you. Now Berg is special. He gets to make 2 attacks.
Okay.
What is your? Let's see. What's your dodge? He's gonna go for a break attack on the first one.
My dodge is 11.
Okay.
With my agility plus
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. Okay. So I have to roll this against an 11. Berg's break attack is a +2. And I got it. I got a 19.
Oh,
so
man.
he's going to hit you
Okay, it gets me.
for 8. So your armor is reduced by 8.
Okay, my armor. Where's my full armor? 13. There we go.
Yeah.
Wow,
You
that was a
can
big
you can
hit.
reduce. Yeah. So I'm on the sheet. I'm reducing it by here. Now you'll notice this is important for taking strength damage. You'll notice on your sheet you have an exhaustion threshold. It should be like midway down at your derived stats.
Deflection, yeah.
It'll be just above that exhaustion threshold.
Oh, exhaustion, got it.
Yeah.
got
So
it.
what is your threshold?
5.
Okay. So for every 5 damage you take, you're at -1 to your strength. So the wound weakens you. So now when you roll your strength, you're only rolling +3 instead of
Okay.
+4.
Okay.
So he comes rushing up and he crashes his hammer into you, and you can feel pain and numbness wash over you as he crashes into you for that attack.
Okay.
And then he's gonna do another one, and this one he'll go after your armor because his stats are the same. And you get another hit.
Okay.
So this one will apply to your deflection.
Okay.
And I think for break he does. Yeah, it's the same. Okay. Okay, so only 4 this time.
Okay.
So yeah, he just comes out and he just starts hammering away at you. So for you, this is like watching 2 like mountains crash into each other. It's scary, but you can see Tyr has this look of like, oh, Berg's here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna back off. So he's getting ready to run now that his bodyguard has showed up to protect him. However, before he gets the opportunity to do so, Magnus, you can act. What do you want to do?
How far am I from this battle that's happening right now?
You're the same distance as Adric was, so you can just like rush out. The whole battle is taking place like in the background. There's
Yeah.
like arrows firing and warriors, battling. But for this little section in the middle, you're just in running range. You can get up there in 1 turn.
Okay, so Berg is currently attacking. It's currently
Yeah.
battling.
He's
Getting
sort of like
beaten.
swept. Yeah, he's like swept Adric's leg out, and he dropped to 1 knee, and he's like hitting him in the back with the hammer, trying to drive him into the earth.
Very well. So that means that I'm behind him. He cannot see me.
Yeah.
So since he is focused on battling Adric, and that is my Varl brethren, I feel a behind the back sneak attack is only appropriate.
Yeah.
At
So
this
you want to
point.
run up and smash.
So yeah, I want to run
Okay.
up. I want to use my battle axe,
Okay.
2-handed,
Okay. All right.
and just rush up. No sound, but just kind of rush up, and then just right from the back,
Okay.
give
all
him
right.
a long back.
So-
He's clearly made his decision on whose side he wants to be on
Sure,
at this point.
yeah.
So Berg he's pretty well armored. He seems pretty strong.
Yeah.
What kind of attack do you want to do? Do you want to do a break attack, or do you want to just risk it and go for the health?
His armor's pretty strong, you say?
Yeah, he seems like he's a pretty big burly dude.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna go for his health though.
Yeah, you gonna try it? Okay.
I
all
want to
right.
give it a.
Okay.
Wait. What makes the difference?
So if you attack his armor, basically he has health and armor.
Yes.
And
Right.
as the armor goes down, it makes the health easier to hit. If you
Oh.
go after the health now, you still have to contend with the higher armor.
Oh.
But if you go after the armor, he's still strong and can keep fighting back. So it's a gamble, right?
I see.
It's a harder hit if you go after the health. But if you break his armor down first, it'll make the health easier to bring down.
Well, and if we're both attacking him too, maybe there's a way to figure this out.
Let's
that
get
works
this.
out
Let's get this armor down.
Yeah.
And I will attack the armor.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so you're going to make a break attack.
Yes.
So you're going to roll, and you're going to add your break, which is a +1.
Okay.
But you only need to roll a 10 or better because you're adding a 1. He has a break dodge of an 11.
Oh, he does, has he?
Yeah, so he's slow.
That's fun.
All
I have a
right.
20 plus 1. That's a 21.
So you rolled a 20. Okay,
Yeah.
so you do double your damage,
Nice.
which is on your great axe. Let's take a look. here.
Battle Axe, I get a 1d10.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so that's that guy. And you
can.
can actually roll both of them. Get that blue one next to it.
Oh, that's right. I get
yeah,
double, right?
roll both of those together and tell me what you get. And
Alright.
this is against his armor. It's to break his armor.
6 and a 7. 13.
Nice. Okay. So same thing. You come rushing up. You break his shield. He's got a shield up on his back.
Yeah.
And so your axe just shatters it in half. And he roars either with like anger or perhaps joy that now he has two Varl to battle.
Yes.
He's lost in his blood fury. But attacking Berg allows him to use. He's going to spend a willpower, and it allows him
is he?
to counterattack. So in his fury, you crash down into him. And he spins around, seemingly unaffected by the attack, or unafraid at least, and he attacks you. So he's gonna try to break your armor. What's your dodge?
My dodge is 12.
12. Okay, so I'm rolling with a +2. But he misses. So you leap back out of the way as he swings his heavy hammer. And and he looks back and forth, and he's just kind of like frothing a little, and he's just like, brothers, and like
You are no
lays
brother
into
to
you.
us. You have shown your turncoat ways earlier, and we no longer see you as Varl.
Everybody shows affection in different ways. His happens to be a bloodthirsty, murderous rage. He wasn't loved enough as a child.
That is not the Varl way. We are not
No,
that emotional.
Absolutely not.
So that was Magnus's turn. So Tyr has waited. He wanted to go last too. He's going to attempt to slink away from Sylvie. Now the Berg is out, so he moves away from you, trying to get goons and the Varl and stuff between you. But as he does, he's going to use he has an ability for throwing axes. He's going to use his axe thrower ability. So this is a pretty big gamble on his part. So what he does, he's going to spend a willpower. So let me make a note. And he begins the axe storm. So I'm going to roll a d20. If I get an 11 to 20, he hits you with an axe, and I get to roll again. If I
Okay.
get another 11 to 20, he hits you with another axe, and you just keep getting hit with axes until I roll a 1 to 10 and I miss.
Okay.
So it's pretty
Whoa.
RNG. It could go either way. Let's see. He might just miss on the first shot. Let's see. He does not. Okay, you get hit with an axe.
Uh-oh.
So you're going to take 5 health damage
5, but that's
for the
half,
first. Yeah, halved. Yep.
which is 3.
So you take 3. So here's the second axe. And he misses. Okay, so you're able to block the second one. Yeah. That one could get out of control quick.
20 axes later.
Yeah, exactly, right? So he hurls his hand axe at you. The first one catches you by surprise. You take some health damage. The second one, though, you manage to get your shield in place and deflect it. And he looks sort of sheepishly at you like, oh, I thought that was going to be... And he goes to run. So what would you like to do?
Have we seen anyone from the other caravan coming anywhere near where our caravan is at the top of the hill?
They're mostly running around getting killed and being afraid that their tents are on fire.
Okay, but they're too far for me to use something like Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, they're like down. You like with Torvald, you'll have to run down the hill to get close enough to start doing anything. But from
Okay.
up here, you can keep a close look on things.
Okay. And the gentleman I spoke with before is still there?
Yeah.
Guard this with your life, or I will make you pay.
The last bit wasn't necessary, milady. Yes, of course.
Good to hear. And then I want to move myself so that I am far enough away from the action, but close enough that if I needed to use a movement and an action in one turn, I could do that.
Right. So you want to approach, and then on your next turn, be within range to move and do something.
If
Yeah.
I had to.
Absolutely. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay. All right. Great. So that brings us back around to the beginning. Sylvia, it's your turn.
Okay. Is Tyr now out of my reach?
You would have to move to. You have to chase him, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. You also have another thug with a sword trying to
I'll
kill
deal
you.
with him first.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you can make an attack, either a break or a health attack, or you can use one of your abilities if you want to use like shield smash, for example.
Right.
You have that as an option.
What's his armor? This guy.
He's like. They're the worst armored of everybody you fought so far. Aside
Okay.
from, well, Tyr and Berg don't have any armor now, but yes.
Okay, I'll use shield smash.
Yeah, you want
on
to shield
it.
smash
Yeah.
this dude? Okay. So make a note that you're spending one of your willpower. Okay. And you get to make a break attack against an adjacent creature. On a successful attack, him and everyone else will take additional armor damage. Anyone close to him. So right now he's the only guy that's adjacent to you. So you maybe want to save that one because what
Right.
shield break is for is when everybody's like clustered up on you.
Okay.
Then you can use it. But for right now, the extra benefit wouldn't do anything.
Right, because it's just me and him. Okay.
Yeah, you're meant to hit everybody kind of attached. So just
Okay.
go ahead and make an attack. You can make a regular break attack with your weapon.
Okay. Which die is that?
Yeah, you got it. It's the
This-
orange guy.
Oh, it is.
You're
this
hanging. Yeah, there you go. So
Okay.
you're gonna add 3.
one. 11 plus 3.
Okay, his dodge is only 10, so you hit his armor, and then you can roll your damage.
Okay. That's
Should be where do you have your weapons? There you go.
yeah. Okay. So I have my shield with me, so it's 1
Yeah, so 1d8.
5.
Okay. All right. So like a pretty solid hit, and you stagger him back, and reduce his defenses. Cool. Okay. I have to activate a thug, so I'm gonna just have him fight back. So
Okay.
He's gonna attack
Cool.
you. How's your deflection doing now?
I'm at 13.
You're at 13. Okay. So he's gonna make a strength attack on you. I'm gonna take the gamble.
Okay.
So this guy will use his willpower, so I can roll twice. And he's got a plus, I think a +1, maybe +2. What do you got for fighting? Random goon, +2. Okay. All right, so we need an 11 or better on one of these attacks. There's a 13. Okay. I'll roll again just in case it's a crit. It is! I called it. Yes. I'm the best. I'm sorry. You're going to take a lot. I'm only a little bit sorry.
I'm dying here.
You are dying. That's true. All right, so you're going to take 2d6 +1 and then half whatever number I tell you.
Okay.
Okay, well, I rolled like crap anyway. Got a 6, so 7. So you take 4
to my health.
to your health this time. Yeah,
Okay.
and I think that's below your exhaustion threshold. Oh, it's well below. You don't have to worry until you get to 22 health.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, he rushes in. You've knocked his armor aside. You've damaged his shield, and he thrusts in. He stabs you, but it's just a glancing wound. Certainly not
Flesh
enough.
wound.
Certainly not enough to slow a tough fighter like you down. Cool. Torvald, it's your turn. So
Okay.
you're close enough now. You can fire your bow. You can run up and attack. Bjorn goes on your turn. So you tell me what you want Bjorn to do,
Yeah.
and then
I was
I'll get
planning
you roll for him.
yeah. So me and Bjorn come running up, and we see this bandit injure Sylvie, and I say, "Bjorn, pounce!" and I point to the bandit that just attacked Sylvie.
Excellent. Okay. So are you going to use one of your abilities?
Well, it's one. Yeah,
Okay.
Pounce is an ability I have that allows me to spend 1 willpower to choose a creature and have them attack to immediately make a single weapon attack against a target of its choice within range.
Excellent.
Oh, a target of its choice.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So what's cool about this is you can use that on Bjorn, but you could also use it on any of your friends who are
Oh.
adjacent to their enemies. So you could use it on. You could be like Sylvie.
Oh,
pounce.
they count as creatures. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they count as creatures for that
Oh,
ability.
okay, cool.
Your class is like if you're alone, then you use all your abilities on your bear.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're with your friends, you can use any of those abilities on any of them too.
Oh, okay,
so you
cool.
can get them to give them extra turns, that kind of thing.
Great.
Does the same go for the warrior class?
Yeah, whatever the abilities say, like if it says creature or whatever, you can apply
Then
it
it's
to
anyone.
to your friends. Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But in this case, you want to use it on Bjorn.
I'm Bjorn. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Go
So
Bjorn.
with a bellow, Bjorn rushes forward, and you want him to attack the one that is fighting Sylvie.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Correct.
All the big furry creatures are coming to your aid today.
I'm like a princess.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I think we established this last time.
I'm not sure what Bjorn.
I've got other stats and stuff. here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think Bjorn is going to spend one of his willpowers. Spend one of his bear willpower, and he's going to make 2 attacks because he's got that special ability. And I think you already broke this guy. He's going to go for the health. So Bjorn's first attack is a miss. Bjorn's second attack was close though. There we go. All right. So he runs in, takes a swipe at the guy. The dude falls back in panic, stumbles in the mud, falls into a puddle, and then Bjorn is on top of him, roaring, and he sinks his jaws into him. Why don't you roll Bjorn's damage? It's a d6 plus 3.
A d6 plus 3.
Yeah.
4 plus 3, 7 damage.
7. Okay, so the guy's not killed, but he probably wishes that he was. Bjorn's jaws like clamp down on the guy and start shaking him around in the mud, and he's screaming, and there's mud flying everywhere. It's not going good for him.
Yes, good work, Bjorn. Extra squirrel treats for you tonight.
I have squirrel treats for him for when he does good.
When were you gonna share those squirrel treats?
Well, yeah, of course.
Right.
I brought enough for everyone.
Good.
Edric hears squirrel treats and gets very excited.
Yeah.
Distracted.
He looks over from his battle with Berg like squirrel treats.
It's like going for a handful of peanuts for Adric. Yeah.
All right. So it was you. So there is yet other bandits to join the battle. So I think this is when you spot somebody moving. He's trying to like move around because these guys came out this way. There's fights going on. There's someone you spot him skulking up the hill towards your camp. So he's just using his action to move move in that direction. But you spot him. Edric, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, I want to attack a Berg, obviously. So I kind of want to use an ability, maybe Heavy Impact.
Okay. What does heavy impact do? Do you want
It
to read
says when you hit a creature with a melee attack, you cause health damage equal to your strength to all creatures adjacent to your target, not including yourself. Does that mean that it would
Yes.
hit? Okay,
yeah.
okay,
if you use
okay.
heavy impact, it'll hit your
Okay,
friend.
so maybe that's not a good idea.
Don't do that one.
I was thinking of using Artery Strike, which is I score a critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20, but that's kind of a risky move. I kind of just want to hit this guy with the most powerful attack I have.
That hit on a 19 or 20, that's true all the time. Every time you roll a 19 or a 20, it's a crit. That's the ability I was talking about before. So it is the one that you have.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to hit him with the most powerful move I have, and I want to attack his armor too.
His armor is broken.
Oh,
That's
it's
done.
broken.
He's-
Great.
yeah.
It's time for health then.
Yeah.
Let's take his health down.
Okay.
So is there a special ability that I can use as an action? I can spend 1 willpower to sweep my weapon around me. Every attack I have, it
yeah.
basically attacks someone else around it.
Basically, what you want for your abilities is to be surrounded by
yeah,
lesser foes, and then
right.
just
All right, then I guess I'll just go
hew
for a
them
straight.
like so much wheat.
I'll just go for an
strength
attack
attack?
with my sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
So D20,
D20.
and you're gonna add your strength bonus. Now you're only adding +3 because you're wounded, right?
Right.
You're past your first threshold.
That is an 18.
Okay, so you still hit him.
21.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so you're gonna get to roll your damage against Berg's health.
Great. And that was a D. What size was the damage?
D12.
D12.
Yeah.
That's this
That's
guy.
that
right?
guy. Yeah.
5.
Okay, and your strength bonus is 3.
My
Right?
strength bonus is 3. Yep.
Okay, and I think that brings Berg down past his first. Yes, so he's down past his first strength threshold, so he's hitting a little weaker this time. Okay, all right. So this time, instead of just biting into armor, your sword finds purchase in the tough flesh of a Varl,
Great.
and there's a thwack as you sink your sword into him, and he's in the middle of his berserker rage. He doesn't notice or feel it, but you know you've hit home.
Right. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you feel him stumble. Okay, all right. Well, it's his turn. So he will turn on you, and try to finish the job he started before.
Okay.
What's your armor at right now?
My armor is at 5.
Yours at 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna be an easy target, Edric.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me make the sheet reflect that. Deflection's down to 5. And just to check in, what's your strength?
My strength is 3.
Okay.
Or wait. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, 3.
Your strength bonus is currently 3.
Yes.
Okay. And what's your health at?
My health is at 20 still.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
because it hasn't gotten down through my
You're
armor
right, because he
yet.
was just bashing your armor before. Okay, so he's gonna do two health attacks. Now, because your deflection is only 5, I guess that's lower than your dodge now.
No, my dodge is still 11, but it's
Yes,
lower than my
yeah.
deflection.
So what happens is once your armor is all broken, the way it works is like your armor's taking hits, right? But it doesn't make you slower. So your defense is never lower than your dodge. So even though you're down to 5 armor, I still have to beat your dodge because
Right.
you're trying to move out of the way of the blow instead of letting your armor take the hit.
Right.
So it's an 11. He has a plus on his health attacks. He has a +3, brought down to a +2 because you've weakened him a little bit. And I get 2 attacks. All right, here we go. I need 9 or better. I got a 10.
Uh-oh.
So the first hit is for only 4 damage, 4 health.
Okay.
So I'll keep track there for you. So your strength goes down by 4. And then the second attack is a hit as well. That's what happens when you don't have any armor left.
Yep.
And it's the same. It's another 4.
Oh, man. Okay, so then that affects my health then at that point, right?
Yeah, you're at 12. I think you're at 12 now from your total.
Yeah.
Which is over, I think, 2 thresholds. So you're at -2. Yeah.
Minus
cool.
2 on strength, you said?
Yeah.
So I have a +1 on strength.
So Magnus, like before, he's turned the full brunt of his rage on Adric for daring cut him with his sword. Knocks Adric sword aside and just starts hammering into him. You can hear Adric's bones crunching. You can see his blood flowing freely into the mud below. But it's your turn. So
Help!
So what would you like to do?
I will help you.
I mean, you're untouched right now, so you're good to go.
Okay. Okay. Trying to understand what this
Yeah,
is.
sure.
Malice. So it says I can unleash insults.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
but then
So this is a perfect situation here. So
Okay.
what you can do is you pick a target
yeah.
and you insult them, and you're like, your mother was a rutabaga.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and then they have to roll, right, to resist your insulting ways. And if they fail, they're like, don't talk about my mother like that, and they turn around and they come after you. So
Okay.
he'll leave him alone.
Okay. But I don't do any kind of
There's no damage. No,
There's no
it's
damage.
like an aggro draw.
You might as well
You
just
pull
attack
them
him, yeah.
you pull them away from him.
What's that?
I mean, you might as well attack him because that'll
Yeah,
that'll
we're
have him face
We're
you
still very
anyway.
close. I should save that for someone
the
that's
trick
attacking.
The trick
further
would be
away.
is if you attack him and you don't down him, the round will rotate back around again. If he's still up, he can continue to go after your friend.
Oh, we can't have that. Okay, so I don't have. I guess I'm trying to see if I have like an extra damage thing, but I guess I do.
No, you're a shield.
But I do have
banger.
a.
You're
I'm a
mostly
shield
about,
guy.
Yeah, you're
okay.
mostly about defense.
So
and
it's more
drawing
defense.
aggro, yeah.
All right. Well then I will get a second hit. How are we doing on armor?
Berg is without armor.
He's without armor.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
been reduced down to his
Oh,
dodge.
then let's
What's his health at right
let's go in.
He's still pretty strong. He came in pretty burly. So.
He's still overall in that sense.
now? That's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Well then yeah, let's get an attack in. I guess I'll use my long sword.
Okay.
Or no, I'll stick with the battle axe.
Okay.
I like bludgeoning.
Okay.
Yeah, this
So-
guy deserves a bludgeon.
Yeah, so I want to use my battle axe upon him again.
Okay.
Since he's attacking from my brethren, I want to again
Okay.
hit him from the back.
Okay. So go
Yes.
ahead and roll a d20.
D20?
And, yeah. Add your strength.
Straight to it. Okay. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
3 plus 3 is
Okay.
6.
So you I don't know. Why do you miss? Does he defend himself? Do you hit him and he doesn't notice it? Do you slip in the mud? What does that look like?
Did you? Let's see. You said that someone ran. There was someone sneakily running.
I mean, there's chaos going around. Like y'all. The only reason she noticed is because she's outside of the battle, but everybody else didn't notice this guy kind of like slip away.
Okay. All right. I guess then I will aim to attack. And let's just say that a sprinkle of fire,
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
a spark or
like
something.
like a little tiny spark, hits the corner of my eye, so it freaks me out.
Yeah, yeah. You flinch
And
away.
so I swing. So it causes me to slightly
Right.
swing.
Okay.
I give out. So I see this sparkle. I give out a little roar, and that triggers Berg to know that I'm behind
Right,
him.
yeah.
So it allows him to
And he
easily
turns and
get out of
jumps
the
back.
way
Yeah.
before
And
I'm able to attack.
So the blow, instead of killing him, hews like a 1.5 deep arc of mud in the
Yeah.
ground where he was standing, but he leaps back.
So it lands like right in front of your face. So it
Oh
kinda-
man.
it freaks out a
Watch
little
it, buddy.
bit. Damn fire.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So Tyr is going to he's going to continue to back away sheepishly, and I think he's going to do his axe storm one more time, and then he's just going to run for it. So let's see. He's got another willpower. Okay. All right. Let's see how the axe storm does this time. 11 to 20. Come on. Okay. There's one. So you take 2 health damage from that one.
Okay. I have a talent called Hunker Down. That it increases my defense.
Oh yeah, this is already counted into your 21.
It is,
Yeah,
okay.
you'd normally have 20, but Hunker Down gives you the extra 1.
Okay. So that was 3.
Yes, that was 2. You take
2.
2, so reduce down to 1. So you take 1 health. Let's see if the second axe hits. Nope. Tyr's a 1 axe kind of guy. So yeah, he throws another axe at you and continues to back away, and now he's out of throwing axe range, and you can see him looking around between the burning tents, looking for a way. Like, he's got to try to find an angle to get out of here. He's done. He's going to let Berg fight his fight for him. He's done with you.
Coward.
I think, from a certain perspective, yes. From another perspective, you're a bunch of insane
Smart.
marauders. Speaking of which, Isgard, what would you like to do? So you see this guy skulking up the hillside.
Can I get within range of him in one turn and still have an action?
Yeah, you can move and do something towards him because you're here and he's like trying to go around and you can just go sideways.
Okay.
Not so fast.
So I'd like to run up to him and when I'm within speaking range, not shouting but speaking.
Okay.
And just what do you think you're doing?
And he stops and he snarls. He looks at you and he's got, rotten teeth and the scraggly hair of a Thornheimer. They're known for their bad hygiene. And he looks at you and he slowly draws a dagger as if to answer your question. Like, glares at you.
Everyone deserves one chance before they die. I will ask again.
And he says, Tyr says, you got the sword we need. Get out of my way, girly.
I'm immediately going to do Ride the Lightning.
You're just like, no, you're dead. I'm gonna lightning your ass. So, so Ride the Lightning, you briefly, you take the form of lightning and like leap towards him. So you turn to lightning, hurl yourself towards him, and then shunt all of that electricity into him. You touch him, and he gets shocked. So read what the ability does for us, and we'll see how much damage you deal.
You deal your willpower in damage to their health, plus 1 damage for each tile between you and them.
Yep. So if you're in talking distance, I think you're only like a tile is kind of like 5 feet. So I think it's just plus the 1. But how much willpower do you currently have? You have to
11.
You spend 1.
I spend 1.
So it goes down to 10.
So it goes down to 10,
Yeah.
but then plus the 1
Right.
from having that distance. So I deal him 11 health damage.
11 damage directly to his health, regardless of armor. He explodes. He is just like struck by lightning, and just where he once was. And then what happens is like you
Nice work.
you flicker out, grab him. I mean, what does that look like for him? Like if this were like the action sequence in the movie, what do we see when he gets blasted with lightning? Like, is this calm? Is it like energy? What do we see?
It is terrifying, followed by a split second of oddly calm.
Yeah.
As just a completely white takes over his vision, and he feels immense pain in his last moment.
But just for a second, and
Yep.
then he's reduced to
Vaporized.
dust.
Almost like
Yeah.
the scream is cut off
Yep.
Yeah.
by death and vaporization. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. I dig it. Okay. Cool. All right. So that is it's one of those. Okay.
Does it have that little like burn mark with the?
Yeah, like the pile of ash.
Yeah. But the teeth, but
Right,
but still the rotten teeth. At
And
the
then the
top.
eyeball.
I mean,
Just
I
bonus.
gave him a chance.
You did. You did ask him. You did ask him.
Okay. So we're back at the beginning. So Sylvie, what do you want to do?
Okay, so I'm still dealing with this one thug.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
Um,
pretty badly
Well,
beaten.
yeah.
Also, somebody's been throwing
Bjorn,
axes.
Didn't Bjorn take down that thug?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
so he's
Bjorn is busy
That's right.
ripping his throat
yeah,
out right now.
He's still
Okay.
he's still alive. That's why. Yeah. So I mean, you could finish him off.
But he
uh,
wishes he wasn't.
Bjorn can handle it.
Yeah, Bjorn's handling it, and you have multiple hand axes sticking out of your shield, and you see Tyr like, "Ugh, I gotta go, running off into the shadows.
Yeah, I want to make sure that Tyr doesn't get away. Is there any way I can stop him?
He's
this turn?
too far because he's been moving a little bit every turn.
Right.
He's too far for you to just run up and attack. Do you have anything you could throw at him? Do you
I have
like,
a short
spear?
spear.
Yeah, you could try to javelin him.
Let's
if
go
you
for that.
want. Yeah. Okay.
Pin him to the ground.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So you won't be able to like directly pin him, but you could injure him, and if you roll good, you might be able to knock him down.
Okay, let's try it.
Okay. All right. So it's a throwing weapon, so you're gonna roll with your agility this time. So you're gonna roll a d20 plus your agility.
Okay,
Uh,
I
Tyr-
have no
Tyr-
agility.
Tyr's a slippery bastard. He's got a 14 dodge. So you're just gonna roll that, and you need a 14 or better to hit him.
Okay.
Good luck.
18.
That is
Yeah.
better.
Ooh,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So how much damage does your spear do?
Spear, short spear, 1d8.
1d8. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead and roll it.
that's This one. 4.
Okay. All right. So you throw your. Let me check his threshold here. How you doing, Tyr? He's still good. Okay. All right. So you see him disappearing, and what is so? Do you like drop the weapon you have? Do you take a second to like sheath your sword and take it out? Like, what does this look like for you? Like throwing this spear at him?
I'm going to yell, Tyr, you coward, and then just throw it.
Right. Okay. And are you running after it? Like after you've thrown it to go and get him? Because this is the only spear you have, right? So.
Right. Well, I think my goal is to make sure he cannot get away, so I want to run after him.
Okay, all right. So you throw the spear and then you follow it, charging towards him. Okay, great. He's terrified.
I do have intimidation.
Yes, yeah. So when you get to him, you may be able to get him to put down his infinite bushel of axes to like, chill for a minute.
Yeah, where is he holding
Where
all
does he
of
get him?
these?
Who knows? He's getting him from the axe dimension. It doesn't matter.
Men, get all the pockets.
Okay, so Bjorn is going to get attacked by the dude that is being shaken around. So this bandit is going to take a swing at Bjorn. Let's see how he does. Nope. Bjorn's thick hide deflects the blow. So this guy just sinks the knife in, but it's all fur and blubber, and he's fine. Yeah, no problem. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
All right. Well, I do see him get attacked, though, so I'm like, this is attacking Bjorn! And I run up with my dagger, and I want to stab this guy in the head while Bjorn is ripping his
Okay,
throat out.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So rather than tell Bjorn to finish the job, you run over to protect him.
Bjorn's already working on
Yeah,
it.
Bjorn's got it.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
he's doing
All right,
well.
so go ahead and roll roll your attack. So this
And I
this
think
guy he's been pretty savaged, so you could probably go for a health attack.
I'll go for a health attack, and it's 1d6.
So you got to roll a d20 first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I know you're used to making the bear do the work for you.
Yeah, sorry.
Roll that and add your strength.
8 plus 0.
So you miss. There's too much bear,
Oh.
and then like you kind of are like trying to get like I could get him, but and Bjorn's just throwing him around, and roaring, and totally just getting up in your way.
All right.
Yeah.
Bjorn, calm down! I'm trying to stab this guy in the eye, Bjorn! Bjorn!
All right. So he, because there are fewer of you, the way the initiative order works is every time you go, somebody on their side goes. So there's only actually 3 of them left, but the bandit's gonna get an extra attack because it's evened out. Once there's only 1 of them left, you all get to go before they get to go again. It's called pillage. Yeah.
Pile on him.
It's the business. There are character classes that you can trigger pillage early when you're outnumbering your opponents, but none of you are them. So the bandit's gonna get he's gonna another attack to try to get this bear off of him. Nope, nothing. This guy's having the worst day of his life. Probably the last day, also.
This guy's having the last day of his life.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, I wish I got a little lightning instead.
Right.
It's taking forever for this bear to eat me!
Yeah, if only I had been struck by that woman that turned into lightning.
1 second
Where's-
versus an eternity of bear ball.
Where's Halle Berry when you need her?
Halle Berry.
Yeah. So it's a double pun. It's your turn.
Okay.
You're
Adric's
being,
not doing so well.
You're being savaged here.
Yeah, and my health is super low too. I'm at 12 right now.
Yeah. So you're down several thresholds.
So I feel like he's distracted by the miss into the mud. So maybe at this opportunity, I'd like to, since he's caught off guard, maybe I can knock him down at least kind of like get his face down into the mud. So maybe he gets like his face covered in mud and it's hard for him to see for a second. That's what I would like to try to do.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. So let's just have you make we'll make like an opposed roll. You roll and I'll roll for him. And if you can do better, then you put him in a position where, let's say you give Magnus advantage on his attack.
That's
so it
what I'm
makes it
looking
easier
to
for
do.
Magnus to hit.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
Great.
All right. Okay, so I'll roll for him. I got a 14.
I got a 5.
Ah, too slow. So you're down. You got blood in your eyes. There's mud everywhere. You get up. Big swipe trying to take him down, and he leaps back like a enormous ballet dancer. He's too agile for you. And he just looks down at you and he points, and he's
Surprising
just like,
Berg.
yeah, he just points down and he's like, "Your time will come, Adric."
Oh,
and like
man.
looks at you, and his hammer's like dripping with your blood. So he's gonna try to fulfill on his promise.
Okay. All right.
So I think does Berg have any more willpower? He does. Okay. All right. So he's got 2 attacks, and they're just gonna be health attacks. I'm gonna see if he can finish the job. Now he's at -1. What is your dodge?
My dodge is 11.
Okay, so I just have a +2. 9, 10, 11. Okay.
Oof.
Here
It's
it
looking bad for
goes.
Adric.
Yeah. You take another 4,
Oh my goodness.
and then his second attack is a hit for another. Let's see, 3, 6, 5. Another 5
man.
after that.
So I'm at 3 health right now.
Okay. So yeah, things are not looking good. Adric is just being like, he slams your longsword out of the way and like hits you, and you're like on your back in the mud, and you feel your bones getting smushed.
Yeah.
Knocks your head aside, and he's ready to kill.
Adric!
Oh man. No answer. I feel like I'm unconscious at this point if I'm at health 3 right now.
Yeah, you're still fighting. You're just very weak at health
Yeah.
3. Magnus, it is your turn.
This angers me very deeply. I have no more time, no more patience with this Berg. I will. So there's. Okay. I keep wanting to like throw an extra thing in there, but I guess all I have is attack.
Well, you can, like I said, you can attack. You've got your malice ability. When people hit you, they take armor damage. I mean, he doesn't have any armor anymore, but
Yeah.
you want people attacking you.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right.
What's Berg's health at right now?
He's still doing pretty good. He needs a couple of good solid hits to take him down.
Okay.
I see.
I mean, you're gonna hit him for 1 shot here, so
Yeah.
he's still gonna be up after
Are
this
the-
round.
Is there anything near us? Any objects or?
What are you looking for?
Well, it says that I do double damage to objects and structures. So I don't know if that means I can use things around me
Yeah,
as
I mean,
weapons.
as a Varl, you're talented at knocking down walls and breaking trees in half and,
Okay.
and that kind of thing. But if you need something around, like you're in an encampment, so anything that you could imagine would be in a camp, you could probably find around. I think it's
Okay.
reasonable to assume.
I wonder if there's a way to scare him off with fire or scare him with fire. But with your attack, it wouldn't. I mean, it would put you at risk with the fire as well.
Is there let's say is there a one of the structures of the camp still burning close by?
Definitely. Yeah, there's a tent, like the Tier's tent.
Okay.
Big fancy one, the pavilion. It's like you look over it and it one of the tent poles breaks and it throws ash and sparks into the sky.
Okay. So I look at Adric and I kind of give
I know
a
exactly what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Oh, I see what we're gonna do.
All right.
I'm gonna make a table.
sure.
We tried that on the last turn.
So
Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna use my long sword since it is long.
That is the name of it.
Fling it back so that it stabs
Yep.
the tarp of the structure that is on fire,
Yeah.
and fling it for it to land directly on
Nice.
Berg.
You want to throw it like a cloak of flame
Yeah,
onto him.
onto him, so he is covered as well as near fire. But I'm giving Adric the symbol of when this happens, roll
Get the
away.
hell out,
You do
yeah.
not want to be a part of this.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So you feel your deep Varl like terror of fire like starting to well up, and I think if you
Yes.
want to do this, you're gonna need to succeed at a willpower roll.
Use a willpower for this one.
So here's your
Okay.
options. You're gonna roll a d20. You're gonna add your willpower, which I think is 1.
1. Yes.
You need a 10 or better. So it's like
Okay.
an okay roll. But if you want to spend a point of willpower as well, you can roll twice. So you have 2 chances at it.
I would like to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, say, I don't know what I'm allowed to add to this to
Yes.
make this happen.
So roll it once.
Okay.
You get nine or better.
9 or better, and I'm good.
Yeah. And if you fail, you got another chance.
Ooh, 7.
7. Okay, so you got one more shot at it.
Come on.
18.
There it is.
18,
Okay.
there it is.
So there's a
Yes.
moment you have to steel yourself, but you can feel like the fear. We get the tight shot of your eyes and the flame like flickering. The music
Yes.
gets all scary and minor key, and then
And then I slow-mo,
The chorus,
fling back.
the choral, the choir.
And then when I fling back, like I like to do this. I want to like look like I'm about to attack him, but like looks like I missed.
right, it's like a warm-up
So
swing.
Bird
and then-
kind of gives like the ha ha, you
Yeah.
missed, and I just go, did I? And then I fling the fire
Yeah.
tarp right on top of him.
Okay.
And just like stares at
like a
Bird. It's the
hurl
one
this-
time I've ever looked at fire and was fine.
Did you tell him he was fired before you hit him with it? All right, we'll stay away from that one.
My humor is more about their pain than punchlines.
So
Unless I punch them in lies.
So let's see how it goes. So you grab the tent, you whip it,
Yes.
you fling it at him. He's gonna try and throw himself aside. You can basically make an attack.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, you can make an attack on him.
okay.
And the fire, if you succeed, you hit him with the sword and fling the fire tarp onto him, and then on his turn I'll make him resist the fire and he'll burn and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's a strength attack.
Oh, a strength attack.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the damage, or
This is to see if you can hit him. Like he may be able to throw himself back. Either way,
Oh.
the tarp is in the middle of the fight now, and he has to deal
Oh,
with that. But you're
okay.
also swinging your sword at him, right? So you might
all
be able
right.
to hit
So
him.
this is to see
Yeah.
if it lands on him.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll and add your strength to that.
16
Yeah,
plus.
his dodge is only 11.
Okay, then yeah, he's
Okay.
got it.
So
He's
roll
on.
your longsword damage.
Okay, which is it doesn't say. Is it
Anybody
also
else have a
D10?
longsword? You have a longsword, right?
I have longsword. It's 1d8,
It's a
or if
D8.
you're using 2 hands,
Oh, I use 2 hands.
Okay.
that's
It's
a D10.
Then D10 it is. Yes. All right. And do I roll twice again, or is
No,
that?
on this one you just roll that and add your strength bonus.
Oh, I have my strength. Okay, fair enough.
Add your strength for health attacks.
4 plus 3, 7.
Okay. All right. So you hit him. I'm gonna make a note. Fire tarp. Okay, so he's gonna need to deal with that. So the sword
Yeah.
bites into him, and then the cloak of flame flips over him, and he screams in panic. You hear You hear his flesh sizzle. You smell
Yes.
burning hair. He staggers back, and his bravado, his murderous rage, suddenly turns to like terror. Right, like he's just the fear of the fire, and he's covered in it. He can't escape. There's nowhere to run.
I've actually, yeah, like after I did it, I like stuck the longsword in the ground, so it's almost like wrapped around him.
Yeah,
he has to rip
yeah,
out of
Nice.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Can't
right.
easily rip away from it.
Yeah.
This is terrific. Okay. All right. Good. Okay.
Gotta use the
Um,
surroundings.
This one's got to be on HBO.
So yeah. So Tyr is gonna just straight up run for it.
Okay.
So he turns and he motors. He just runs off at full speed. He's not gonna stop to fight. He just drops his shield and just runs. You'll have to chase him down on your turn if you want to do that.
Okay.
Isgard, what do you want to do?
I would like to move towards Adric.
Okay.
And if I need to spend a willpower to get within range of Adric, then I will.
Okay.
And once I get within range of Adric, I want to cast Strength of Will.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So what does that look like? So how does it work? To describe the ability first, and then we'll talk about
Okay.
how your magic
So
affects it.
Strength of Will is spend 1 willpower and choose a target up to 5 tiles away,
So
so
he's- yeah.
25 feet away.
Yeah, no problem.
That you can see, and they regain 10 health.
Okay.
Wow.
So what does
Nice.
it look like when you cast that spell? So what do we see? You gain the 10 health.
Great.
How is he revitalized?
So it's actually kind of sneaky. So I run up and I can be within 25 feet. So I'm going to stay back so I'm not in the battle. I thrust one hand into a component pouch where you can see Isgard kind of moving things around within that pouch and whispering to herself. Her eyes roll back in her head, and that lasts about 5 to 7 seconds before the incantation is complete. And then I reopen my eyes normally, and Adric suddenly, he feels kind of this swell of energy within him, and suddenly he feels revitalized.
And is it clear to Adric that it's magic, or is he gonna just think like, oh, second wind, I'm good?
I think it's clear to Adric that he has never felt anything like that in battle before.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. But there's no clear indication why, but you suddenly feel revitalized. Maybe it's adrenaline from the fear of the flame.
Second wind.
Yeah, maybe it's just like you're ready for more. But yeah, you regain 10 health, which will push you back up on
Maybe
your
seeing
threshold, say.
my brother victoriously take him out with fire in that sense kind of made me revitalized in strength, I guess. But yeah, I don't quite realize that it was what you did.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so Isgard is done, which means I need
Nice
to drop in somebody else. So I'm gonna give Berg the extra order there. Okay. All right. So Berg is going to try to get his shit together. He's not having a very good day, and he's on fire. So I'm gonna make a willpower roll for him. I think difficulty is gonna be like 15. And if he cannot make it, he's just gonna like panic and take fire damage. He gets it. All right, he's gonna take the damage anyway. So if you want to roll, let's say it's like a d6 plus 3.
D6 plus of
Yeah.
the damage he
This
gets?
is just damage he's gonna take from the fire.
Okay. 5 plus 3, 8.
8. Okay. All right. So we see him. He tears rather than try to like pull it over his head and escape, he just rips the tarp apart. And you can see his once long and flowing beard is burned to his face.
Ooh.
He's got a big like burn mark on one side. His flesh is scarred.
You never looked better, Berg.
He tears the tarp off, and he looks around in this fury, like eyes seeking his weapon. But he can't do anything else this turn. He's just trying to break free of the tarp, which means it's Sylvie's turn. Sylvie, what would you like to do?
Okay, so I can't reach him with an attack at this point. He's running.
He's kind of like out of the fight, but you can chase him down if you want to make like an opposed roll to see if you're fast enough to get him.
Okay, I want to try and get him.
This is basically turned into like a running tackle
Yeah,
situation.
because how many other men right now are on the field?
There's really only the one that Bjorn is slowly
Right, and he's like almost gone.
eviscerating.
Does Bjorn get a turn or no?
Bjorn goes on your
only-
turn
only
if
on
you
my
use
turn.
your
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, he's just toying with this guy.
Gotcha.
So there's that guy, there's Tyr, and there's Berg.
Okay, and they're handling those, so I think my goal is going to be making sure Tyr doesn't get away.
Yeah. And the way the initiative system works is the fewer there are. Basically, when you're fighting only 2 things, they're going to get a bunch of turns each. So you have to be careful because if you kill off this guy and you kill off or get rid of Tyr, then I get when you keep Tyr, then I get a bunch of turns. But if you can get rid of Tyr, then it's just Berg and everybody else can take him down. So getting rid of him is a good call. So you want to try and chase him down. So I figure if you can beat him, we'll make opposed strength rolls. You have athletics, right?
I do have athletics.
Yeah, you're good at this. Okay.
How do I have athletics and no agility?
Listen, it's not about agility. This is strength. This is
Okay.
pure lower body running tackle situation. So you're gonna roll.
I run a 7-minute mile.
You're gonna add your strength, and you're gonna add your athletics bonus of 1.
Okay, so 2 and 1.
I am gonna roll a d20. I'm gonna subtract 1 because Tyr's a weak baby.
Okay.
But I got 16. You have 15. You gotta beat me at 15.
12 plus 3. So it's 15.
So 15. So we're tied. Let's roll again. This time I got a 16.
18.
Oh, you just wasted me. All right.
Woo!
Okay, so Tyr's just running. He's got mud in his mustache. He doesn't have any more axes.
His arm is hanging off.
Yeah, he's running for his life. He's like tripping over stuff. He leaves the camp area. So this is like out in the moonlight, basically. You've lived in this area. So is this like a graceful tackle? Do you hit him so hard you break his teeth? Like what does this look like? Do you hit him with your shield? Do you throw yourself on him?
I want to go shield first and like kind of crush him under it.
Okay.
I don't want to take any blow to my body.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So yeah, you just run up and you hit him with the full force because you talked about your shield being quite big.
It's
right?
very large.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, you hit him like a truck, and he just gets knocked down, wind knocked out of him, and he is either unconscious or as close to it as he's gonna get. Good.
Very good.
Okay. Fantastic. So that means that it is the poor bandit who is being stabbed by teeth. It's his turn. He's got so many turns now, and he's just gonna try so
Deal
hard.
with the bear.
He just really wants to get free of this bear. So he's going to attack with his knife and try to get rid of your stupid bear. He hits. He hits Bjorn. Okay, so Bjorn is gonna take some damage.
Oh, Bjorn.
No! So Bjorn has a special ability as a bear where essentially any hit he takes is absorbed by his hide first. So strength or attack.
It's like armor.
He basically has like 45 hit points and no armor. So even though this is a successful health attack, it's gonna hit Bjorn's armor. It's gonna reduce that. So he deals, let's see, d6 plus 1. It's a random goon. 1 damage. Got 44 to go, buddy. You can do it. Okay, so barely hurts Bjorn at all. Bjorn takes a little scratch.
Barely hurts.
Ah, there it is.
It's
I'm
your
learning.
turn.
All right. So I've seen that I can't get close enough to stab this guy because Bjorn's in a fury, and I say, Bjorn, finish him.
Excellent. Okay.
Finish him, Bjorn.
Okay, so you're gonna use one of your abilities.
Yeah, I'll use a willpower. We'll use pounce again.
Okay.
Because that gives him the attack.
All right. I'll just let you roll for Bjorn because
Okay.
it's fun.
And what do I get to roll?
So you're gonna roll a d20, and Bjorn makes health attacks at +3. And you need a 10 or better to hit this guy. Oh,
That's
no
an
problem.
18.
Okay, all right. So
Or
roll
no, that is a 10.
roll
Plus
a
3, though.
Yeah.
roll a d6 and add 3.
3, 6.
He's dead. He does it.
Okay.
The guy's toast. Bjorn. So does Bjorn just break his neck
So
and then, like give him to you?
So
like,
when I'm like finish him, Bjorn like looks at me and he like suddenly stops playing and he just looks down at the guy, like tilts his head, opens his jaws wide, and goes straight for the throat, clamps down and just rips his throat out.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
like arteries and parts of his spinal cord
This-
are dangling as
This
he pulls his jaws back.
this Thornheimer was played by Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
Oh, good. He can get an Oscar now.
Yeah, he is. Exactly.
Finally.
Why do I keep doing scenes with bears?
Yeah.
All right. So that means that I need to clear the bandit from the order, and that means that our Varl friend
Only Berg is
is the
left.
only one left. So
Yeah.
we enter pillage, which means Berg gets the next attack, and then Adric, Magnus, Isgard, Sylvie, and Torvald all get to go before he does. So this is probably the last huzzah of Berg. So Berg grabs his
So
weapon.
Tyr is dead too?
Tyr's basically dead. He's
Okay.
he's not dead, but he's been shield maidened.
We
Okay.
won't
out
be
of the
shedding
fight.
any tears for him.
Ha
All right. So our Varl friend.
I see
here.
you got plus 10 humor plus health. Some
Okay.
Doesn't
spell.
help in battle.
No, it does not.
All right. So he is going to. I think he's gonna go after you.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think he
assuming he would.
grabs his weapon and he rushes at you, hoping to take someone into the grave with him. And so he gets his 2 attacks, and your dodge is
11.
11. Okay. All right. So I'm only getting +1 now. So there's a hit.
Oh man, this guy hit me every time.
Yeah, he doesn't like you very
Wow.
much.
Yeah,
he's
he's
not. He's
certainly
only dealing. He's only dealing a D8 now, though. So, so take 1 from that hit,
Alright.
and another hit for 3. So you take 4 total. So you're still net 6 from the witch.
Okay, so I'm at I'm at 9 because the witch gave me 13.
Okay. All right. Adric, you want to try and finish him off?
Yeah, it's time. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no use for willpower here, right? Like there's just,
Willpower will let you roll twice if you want. If you want to more likely
Yeah, I have
assure
all
yourself.
4 willpower. I haven't used any of it yet.
Yeah, go for
so,
it.
yeah, so I'll use willpower to do 2 just standard attacks with my
Yeah,
great
so it's
sword.
just 1 attack, but you roll twice. It's a higher chance of hitting. So you
Okay,
roll the
great,
D20
great.
twice.
Okay.
So what is your modified strength at right now?
My strength is at +1.
+1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
go ahead
everything's +1 on these
and,
rolls?
Yeah. So roll
Right.
once, add 1.
That's a
That's
5, so
that's a
6.
miss. Yep.
All
you need to roll a 10 on the die, so you need 11 total. 16. There you go. Good thing you spent that willpower. Okay.
Yay.
So Edric's willpower is down to 3. What's your current total health right now?
Total health is 9.
9. Okay. I just want to make sure the overlays are correct, so everybody can keep track of how badly beaten you are. Wow,
Yeah.
you're.
It's really
She
like
could beat you in a fight right
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
Like probably not that. I know who I would bet on at this point. Oh, that's why you're waiting at the back. I see. How
Yeah.
it is. Okay. All right. So you do hit. Go
Great.
ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, and
And
that's
you're
a
only
si- a
adding-
D6.
Yeah. What's your weapon?
It's the broadsword.
Yeah.
Or
So it
for
should be more than
D12
D6.
It's a
Yeah, it's your
D12.
D12.
Oh, it is a D12.
Yep. And then, but you're only adding 1 this time because you're.
4.
Okay, all right. Almost done. Magnus?
Yes. So he has ripped from it.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
is,
the tattered remains.
The
of
tattered
the, Of the, I
remains.
think they're guttering on the ground in the
okay.
mud.
And then he's attacked.
Valiantly, Adric is
once
valiantly attacking him. Yep.
With this second
Um,
wind of strength.
So what I would like to do is, my battle axe, which I had slammed on the ground to hold the tarp down. There is still a little bit of tarp and fire left, like a one little sheet and
Okay.
fire left on the end. I'm going to pick that up in a rage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go from the back, but like the back of the head, stab from the back so that the fire, the little flame fire of the tarp that's left is right in the mouth. So that
From the back of the head?
from the back of the head
comes through his mouth?
comes through his mouth,
like
and then
a burgle end.
yes,
Yeah.
and then the fire is inside of the mouth to burn him and fear him, and
Well, plus the
also
fire would make it easier to penetrate his skull.
I
probably.
Exactly.
feel like the part about him being afraid of the fire comes dramatically after the part of having a sword in the back of his head. But
Good point.
I mean, let's see. Go ahead and.
But it's-
He's making a point.
It's adding insult to
Of course.
injury.
Is it-
The
Yeah.
injury being death.
yes, yeah.
Is it still gonna be on fire after it goes like through his blood and
I mean,
spinal fluid?
probably
and
not so much.
Well, it depends on how fast he goes.
I'm not a doctor or a physicist.
I mean,
but-
I can come around and go from the front. I just want the fire in his mouth.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
For the
okay.
effect.
For the effect.
Okay, well let's have you roll, and we'll see
All right.
we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Do I have willpower left, right?
You have one willpower left.
Then yeah, let's just use that.
Okay.
Just to make sure,
All right.
because that's all I have for it. So, what do I need?
So you're gonna roll twice. You're gonna add your strength. So you're adding +3.
Plus 3.
And to hit Burger, now you need an 11
Right.
total. There it is.
21.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll your weapons damage.
All right, so that would be plus 10.
D10 there. Yep, you got it.
And do I add anything to that?
Yeah, you add your
Oh,
strength.
at 3. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That is a 7.
All right, you get your wish. It's a
Oh,
merry
goodness.
Halloween for everyone.
God, I
Ah!
love it.
Bye, Berg! And then just
You're fired!
Fine. You're fired.
Yeah!
So I think we see this. This is the when you get the successful roll.
Yeah.
We go from gameplay to cutscene where everything changes and we get the big
Yeah.
dramatic angle and we see him looming over you. Right.
Yeah, he's
the
looming-
two
look
of you are
there.
fighting and he's hideously burned now. His hair's all melted to his face and he's roaring, holds his hammer up, and then we see Magnus rise up behind him.
And then it stabs, and the fire in his mouth, and then rip the head off
Nice!
and hold it up
With a flaming,
with a
head of
flaming
Varl
head
on your
on the end of my longsword as I reach out for my Varl brother
And then help
to
me.
pick him up,
Yeah.
and we survey the
Yeah.
battle that we have
Yeah.
won today.
Yeah, all the humans have left in fear. They're all gone
As
now.
they
Everyone
should.
they're just thanks for hanging out. We're gonna go. No. So everything is chaos, right?
And then I go, oh, fire.
And this is right. So you killed.
Put it out, put it out, put it out.
You've killed Berg. You've captured Tyr. You have incinerated and mutilated a bunch of the fighters. The fight itself has ended, and your group is sort of dealing with that. Some of them are pillaging, right? And this is like a caravan. This isn't all warriors and bandits, right? So you hear people screaming, and there are members of your caravan that are tearing into the tents and robbing people and stabbing folks. It's not everybody. Mostly people have stopped and put their weapons down and tried to rest. But you brought with you only the sort of most dangerous warriors. Most of the camp has stayed up to guard. So what are you gonna do in the aftermath? The sword is safe, but there's still all this chaos down here, and I'm looking at you two particularly. Maybe Tarvel, because you're kind of in the midst of it. You're a bit off to the side. We'll deal with you in Tyr in a second.
Okay. Thornheimers, throw down your weapons. Surrender now and we will be merciful. Most of us will be merciful. As many of us as is possible will be merciful.
I can't control everyone.
A percentage of
Yes.
us will be we assure some
Yeah.
mercy will be had.
There
We're-
will be
it's-
more mercy than if you continue to resist.
Okay, so I mean,
They don't really have weapons.
yeah, like
Okay.
like they're,
Okay, well then
but
let me-
So it's you're right. Like the few that still are looking like they might fight, they see the bear with blood dripping from his face, and they like drop their weapons. Like we're done. We don't want to fight anymore. But there's also the matter of your own people,
Yeah.
of the people of
All right,
Kettleguard,
yeah.
the warriors who are just like, yes, finally, victory over Thornheim. And they're kind of
Okay,
reveling in it.
so they've surrendered pretty much, right?
Yeah.
All right.
This is the part
All right,
after that.
Kettleguard, our opponents have surrendered. Show them mercy. Show them we're above the Thornheimers, the dirty radish thieves. And I'll make everyone my special radish and squirrel stew. Yeah. Extra portions for you.
Yes.
You did
I am
well against
hungry
Greg,
after
yeah.
this battle.
Okay, let's see if you can
Okay.
command the
Sure.
group here.
So my
you can roll
+1.
influence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any skills that would affect this?
I don't believe so. My only talent is stealth, awareness, and survival.
Okay, so
Not
not
really.
not so much. Okay, so you can roll influence.
18 though.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it works. So they look to you. You were the one for this was personal for you, right? And if you're the
Yeah.
one saying, like, put down your weapons.
Also, they know my radish stew is bomb.
Yeah.
My radish and squirrel stew.
that's true.
They're like, oh, really?
and I think I think maybe like they see that you're the one calling for peace.
Mhm.
And if you can put aside your hatred of the Thornheimers and allow them to survive, then they can too. And so the surviving fighters are kind of like dragged into the center of camp and kind of thrown down, but no one is further harmed. The sacking stops. So you are off to one side. You can still hear the kind of last cries of battle, and you have a very smushed Tyr laying face down in the mud. He's probably missing some teeth now. His beautiful mustache is all covered in mud and blood and snot. But he's unconscious. He's just laying there.
Yeah.
You stand up and
I kind of want to take him to our core group because in my eyes I have a few options of what we can do with him.
okay.
So I want to deliberate.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can like wipe to the post battle. So I think dawn is starting the sun is starting to rise. Dawn is coming, and you're in this sort of bloody scene, but the battle itself is over. The sky above, there are some crows circling, looking for a meal, but the battle is done. Are you taking prisoners? What are you doing with the fighting men?
Yeah, we're taking prisoners.
Okay, so you have them all like, are they tied up? Have you just got them all in one place? There's like a half dozen of them left. It was a brutal battle.
Yeah, after everyone calmed down and they stopped turning into tents, they tied them up. They found some rope from their caravans.
Okay.
They tied them up.
And what of the non-combatants? What do you do with the people who weren't here to fight?
I'll defer to our leader Sylvie on
The
that one.
ones-
How do you want to handle these?
The ones who didn't die in the camp, you mean?
I mean, these would be people who, when a fight started, they ran away
Right,
or like
right,
hid, right? The people who were like, "Oh God, I don't have a sword. I'm not a fighter." Because you
Right.
you have a bunch of those too. They stayed up at the camp to keep an eye on the supplies.
I guess we could tell them to tell the tale of what happened there that day, or tell them to go.
Yeah, I mean, you can send them back to
All
Thornheim.
right, take your banner and get back to Thornheim. Yeah, something like
tell
that.
them what happened here.
Yeah.
Well, so that's the other question, right? And this is something like Sylvia, you can kind of decide. So they lost a battle in which their banner is present. Like, you could take it. You could be like, Thornheim is no more. You could take the banner and go and display it in your great hall at Kettleguard when you go home and be like, that's it, we're done. They're dead. They're our defeated foes. And these people would have to like disperse and form new villages or find other people to take them in. You'd basically just strike Thornheim from the histories from now on. That's a very severe thing to do, but it would be also a very permanent way of dealing with Thornheim. Or, like you said, you can give it to them and be like, go home, losers. So what do you think? Do you want to talk about it as a group?
Yeah, because I think
Okay.
if we sent them with their banner, we shouldn't let Tyr continue to be their leader.
Okay, so where are you having this conversation? Did you return to your camp? Or are you still down where the battle was, like off to one side, all talking together?
I think we're still down by the battle
Okay.
because I also think it'd be smart to like gather their supplies.
Okay.
If we can get off the dead bodies.
Take what wasn't burnt up.
Yeah,
Yes.
and use
Okay.
it for our own purposes.
All right, so the group of
I
you.
find a bag of radishes and throw it at Torval.
Hey, I can get working on that stew. Thanks, buddy.
So let me. I have renown rewards for you. So for defeating them, everybody's gonna get 3 renown. at base, so you can spend that to improve your characters. We'll talk about that kind of between sessions.
Do we start with any renown?
No, you are renown free to begin with. Now, let's see. You defeated Tyr, so you get another 2 for him. Who you dealt the killing blow to Berg, so you get another 3.
Okay.
And then anybody who killed like a regular guy will get another 1
I killed a
per
regular guy.
guy.
And you did too.
Yeah. So Adric gets another 1.
Isgard did.
Isgard gets another 1, and the
Bjorn.
bear did. So you.
Do I get?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Bjorn can carry no renown. He passes all renown on to you.
Excellent.
When
Bears
Bjorn
need
when
no
Bjorn
Bears
does
have no need
when
for
Bjorn does
renown.
something good, nobody is like, "Yay, Bjorn!" They're like, "Yay, Torvald's bear."
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
No one sees him as
Bear-
a,
the
no one
bears
sees
never
him
get
in
the
He
renown.
goes. He goes. And I go. But we all know it was you,
I
buddy.
mean,
but-
come on.
Like
who do you think-
Chewbacca,
who
bear
do you think's
doesn't-
going to be the secret villain of the game?
Yeah.
At the end, he stands up on 2 legs.
the bear like in a chair rolling around.
I lived long enough. Yeah.
I'll teach you to give me no renown.
Yeah.
So everybody gains renown
Planet of the Bears.
for defeating their foes and for winning the battle. So anyway, in the aftermath of the battle, the group of you have gathered on the scene to decide what is to be done with Tyr, the banner of Thornheim, and then also the Thornheimers as a whole.
Well, Sylvie, you did best a Tyr in this battle, for which we are all thankful and proud. What say you?
I think that if we were to leave them, but take their flag so that they can go and start their own new villages and hopefully maybe be allies with us later on, we leave them with their food, take our food, which we can feed our own people with fine.
Minus the radishes.
Okay, we can make a deal for the radishes.
No dealing. They're defeated. And those are my radishes, my family's radishes. We're taking them back.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we look over and we see like 2 little kids playing catch with a radish, and another kid like talking to they're very attached to the radishes already. They've been reintegrated into
They
society.
can
They
keep
must
the rest.
understand. Those are stolen radishes.
Yes, exactly. They can keep the rest of their food.
Yeah, whatever food that they have is
Yeah.
not radishes.
Play with an apple.
Yeah.
That's right, or a rock.
Yeah, play with a rock.
Thornheim is known, I think, for their crab apples, which is why they resort to stealing radishes.
Of course.
But then if we do that, we're taking care of our people first, but we're leaving them with the food they have left to go off and be peaceful. But that leaves Tyr, which I don't think we should let go.
But we need to question him for sure.
Should we take Tyr with us?
Because at this point, only
Yeah.
Isgard knows for sure that there was a plan to take our trinket.
Yeah.
So we need to question Tyr so that the
How did
whole
he
group
know about it
knows.
too? So we can take Tyr, and then just take the flag.
So, like
of
take him as a
Thorn-
hostage.
I guess. Yeah.
We can
We can take
question. I say we definitely question Tyr, and then after we receive the information we know, then maybe we should determine from there what use, if any, we have. of them
Obviously, we
left.
get information from him and then we kill him.
That's kind of what I was.
Well, that may not be obvious to everyone.
It's pretty obvious to us.
To the Varl, maybe.
He's
Yes.
an evil, scheming thief man.
He planned to kill all of us, and you
That's
dare
true.
to let him live?
Mayhaps he could be repurposed.
Like into a lamp, or
That remains to be seen.
I think once a scoundrel, always a scoundrel.
she's
Agreed.
terrifying. I don't. I'm
Agreed.
gonna look over here.
I'm scared sitting
I
here.
know, right? You're in danger. Okay, so you're
That's
gonna
why
go.
I'm afraid of her.
So you're gonna go and have a talk. Is everybody gonna go talk to Tyr together?
That's probably not. I mean, well,
I definitely want to be within earshot.
Yeah, I think a united front would make him even more scared.
Yes, 5 of you is more scary than
Yeah.
1
Yes.
or 2.
And if the
We have a bear.
Varl
Yeah.
Yeah.
are
Two
pretty
Varl.
I
scary.
could have the bear menace him.
Bjorn, but yes,
Bjorn loves to menace people.
and someone
It's
who
one of
just
his
literally
favorite things.
electrocuted someone
Yeah.
to death. I think he's going to speak,
Okay, all right. So you wanna go and
and he's already felt that giant shield.
So where is Tyr? Have you like tied him to like a pole of shame in the middle of the battlefield, or?
I think I've tied him up to a tree. That was
Like
because
a
he was
real
right at the edge of the forest running away.
The tree of shame.
Yeah.
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 I'd
okay.
like to bring Tyr a gift if possible.
Oh dear.
What is the gift?
Oh.
It's Berg's head.
Yes, I'm about to say it.
Okay,
Please
so
let it be Berg's
the
head.
group of you are heading towards the woods. Now you've noticed that your caravan has come down to the battle site. They've started to scavenge. They've picked through it. waiting for you to decide what you want to do. Some of them have started to go into the edge of the woods to pick mushrooms and to get shelter. As they do that, I have another decision for the caravan. So while they're all busy doing this stuff, caravan, as you travel through the edges of the old wood, you've come across an elderly woman who wishes to make a trade. I guess she's drawn by the sound of the battle, or she's waiting and watching, but she's got trinkets that she says are blessed by Hridvalder himself, god of hunters and wild beasts. And they'll certainly bless the caravan if you were to trade with him. So, caravan, I would like you to decide, do you want to trade with the old crone and give her a little extra in exchange? Charity is always blessed by the gods. Do you want to be pragmatic and trade with her, but do so shrewdly, because you can't eat or drink a talisman? Or do you knock over the old woman's cart and scatter her witch's trash to the wind? True blessings cannot be sold. Baldringer, take her and her so-called charms. You can decide that yourself. BannerSagaRPG.com. Go decide. Do you beat up the old lady? I don't know. I bet you do though.
I saw witches trash at Ozfest last year.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah. So we're gonna go and see. We'll go see if while you're busy, if your caravan beats up an old woman. Meanwhile, you head over to where you've got Tyr, and he's conscious now, and he is he's tied to this old oak at the edge of the old wood, and he looks up, and he sees you coming, and he puts on like a stern face.
It'll be hard to It'll be hard to get information out of him, but I kind of want to send the Varl in first.
Yeah.
Okay. So
With
we'll
the head.
Talk to him with the head.
With the head,
Start
of
with
course.
that.
Yeah, I think we just roll Berg's head right
Yes.
over to him and just kind of right to his legs so that it just stays there looking up at him while he's there.
Yeah. Okay. So you hit
So the
this
neck- yeah.
burned sort of skull basically.
Yeah,
You roll
it's an
it.
intimidation
over.
method. It's meant to scare him.
Good
Yeah,
idea trying to have a Varl on your side here, but you've forgotten. This group has two.
That's right.
Two is more than one.
He shakes his head and he looks at the skull and he says, "This man was no friend of mine, but you'd kill one of your own. To what? Destroy my people? Finally?"
You had him work underneath you as opposed to beside you, as our group have done. He was no longer a Varl, and trust us, if we were able to kill one of our own,
Oh,
then what do you think would happen with you?
I've no doubt of your murderous intent. It just brings my heart grief to see you do this to... You Varl are as bad as they say.
What?
Your emotions matter not to us, filthy human.
Yes.
What we'd like to know is your intentions. Your true intentions.
He looks up. And he's got to look a long way up because
Yeah.
you're giants. And he says, "A man walking on the edge of a sword as I am has no intentions. First I hope to live, and then I'll decide what to do with my life if I'm to keep it."
Stop the charade. No one feels pity for you. What did you want with Dredgehammer?
He grins. Aye, so you admit you have it.
Mayhaps.
There's no time for this now, Kettleguard. You stole it from us, you know, years ago. It belonged to Thornheim. We should be giving... And he, struggles to, he's like, I have to make a point, but I don't have my arms. He says, we should be the ones giving it to the Shield Maid, not you.
Oh, so that belonged to you, just like the radishes?
Radish thief!
Yeah. He shakes his head. He says, "This is about more than just radishes. It's about honor." It's
Of
kinda
which you have none.
The story of battle is told by the victors. If you're here to kill me, be done with it. It's over.
I have no more to say to him.
We can either kill him or just leave him tied to the tree.
Might I make a suggestion? We've all done enough damage today. I don't think it's right for any of us to have any more blood on our hands. However, I would like for our good friend Tyr to meet some friends of mine that I got to a company earlier in this battle outside. And then and I call the 3 bloodthirsty guys from earlier who just come in with like
You like your murder friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chat. Okay.
And then I'm like, I believe we're good here.
He definitely knows of the trinket, so we can't have him going and saying anything about it, that's for sure.
The only thing that I can think is if his goal is to deliver Dredgehammer to Grinholm, and he could somehow aid us in that pursuit, would he be of use to us? I know not the answer to this question and leave it to you.
I believe if he wanted to be of use to us, he would have come to us in a friendly manner to begin with. But it seemed from the start of his appearance with us that he always wanted to take us out first.
Why not ask him?
Yeah, are you having this
Yeah.
conversation in earshot?
right in front of him.
Yeah.
it's like.
Oh, yeah, well, no, that was
Okay,
a
I
whisper.
figured. Yeah, I thought this was an aside. I just
Varl
wanted to
have
check.
great whispering techniques beside our sides.
Yes. You say you want to keep your life, Tyr. Convince us. Why should we allow you to live?
And what use would you be to us if you
Yes.
He says, I'll not beg to you. You've defeated me. My life is in your hands. Do with it what you will. But tell me, what of my people? What of the banner?
The banner is with us now, but your people, we have given them mercy.
The mercy of oblivion. You take our banner. You destroy our culture. Is it to return with you then? Or another gift for the shield maiden?
That has yet to be decided.
And he looks at you, and he says, at least let them join you. You've killed all our warriors. You attacked us in the night. It could have gone another way. But this is the way the gods have intended. But you can show them mercy. They won't survive. Not without a home. Not without a banner. Take them as thralls if you must.
Well, now I feel like an overwhelming amount of guilt. Because I don't want to be responsible for all of these people now sent to just fend for themselves. But that's like 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
We could make do with the food we have and a little hunting if we really wanted.
I do think Tyr needs to die, though.
Tyr, yeah, his fate is sealed. I agree.
But we could take his people with us.
Yes. I'm up for some poaching. So, I could lead a party into the wood.
But Tyr decided his fate when he led this party to attack us
Yeah.
and surprise us
They were
first.
gonna steal the trinket.
Yeah.
That was their goal.
And there was always that underlying rival between us that I don't think would ever been resolved if we don't take their people now.
So you suggest that the people join us, that our banners join, but Tyr, no more?
I think the banner is destroyed. They join us.
We only grow our own people and
They
our own
keep their
village.
lives.
Yeah. But swear their allegiance to Kettleguard.
Kettleguard.
Yeah, like if you trash their banner, if you're like, nope, you're no more, and you throw it in the fire, you like take it back to your house and like you put it up on the wall, like we defeated them. Basically, they have no more village and they have to go live in the swamp and like deal with it on their own. They have nothing to like give them a place at the court of Arborang or anything like that. But if you're like, you're part of us now, you belong to us, you get to write the terms of that. You can say, cool, well, guess what? You're all our slaves now. So cool, have fun with that. That's the most like aggressively militant way to reincorporate them. Or you can just be like, cool, you're part of this caravan now. You're one of us. Your banner is stitched to ours. You'll have to find a place in Kettleguard for yourselves. Build new homes, but that's who you are now. Probably some of them will be like, no way, and back off. But most of them, I think, are smart enough. Now with all their warriors dead, most of them will probably fall in line. Because they don't really have a lot of options. They're not going to make
Right.
it back to
Yes.
like where their homes were.
Well, I feel it is only fair to give them that option if they choose.
If they're willing to make themselves useful to Kettleguard, then they should be given the opportunity to
As-
join us.
Yes, as long as they are Kettleguard.
But let's tell Tyr we're gonna kill him anyway. Just so he dies thinking that.
You seem like you really want to be the one to tell him.
He did make us kill one of our own in battle.
Yeah. An eye for an eye, eh, brother?
Yes. And then the three guys are just still.
Yeah, they're
like
in the back, we're
sharpening.
like, no, we legitimately really want to murder this dude. One of those rutabagas is my husband. So yeah, you can go over and tell him what you've decided if you want. You've decided.
I believe that our leader shall
Okay.
deliver such news.
Tyr, we've decided, should your people or whoever of your people swear themselves to Kettleguard, we will take them and we will feed them, but they will work and their goal will be towards Kettleguard. You, however, your fate was sealed when you decided to plan this attack on us. And so I will leave that with the Varl and their men that they have accompanied from their battles.
Yeah, and I think he looks at you like with disdain, and he says, "So you'll have your giants execute me, or those three? No, that's not justice. They'll know, not just my people, but your own. They'll see your weakness, unwillingness to do it yourself. If you're to lead them, at least have the bravery to take my head your own self. Use your sword. Let everyone see."
Okay. I will do it.
Are you sure
If I'm
about
the one
this?
to lead us and lead his people, I will do it.
I
Very well.
approve.
Just want to watch
Yes.
someone die.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back and watch.
So before you do it, can I take the banner the banner the Thornheim banner,
Mhm.
and I like walk over to Tyr and like kind of like prop it like almost like a napkin, like prop it in him,
Uh-huh.
and just kind of look at him and go, "You were worried about your culture going away, but I can assure you that no one will forget this day. Even though Thornheim ends now, this story will be remembered, and I hope they remember you."
Right. So
And
that
then
when it happens, like his blood will be on the
Yes.
banner. Okay.
But that way, people will remember it, so it will not go away.
Cool. Okay. So set the stage for me here. We crossfade to the scene of the execution. Have you like gathered everybody around? What's the scene here?
I don't think I want to invite his people to come watch. They'll know that, like, okay, I've taken care of their leader, which is like how it is. If I'm my leader, the leader of my people, I take out the leader of their people, they become our people. But what I want to do, I think, is I want to untie him from the tree,
Okay.
just to like give him a little bit of dignity to stand there and take it in whatever stance he chooses.
Okay.
And then maybe give him the opportunity for any last words before I kind of just drive it through his heart.
Okay.
The three guys just like sadly like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, next time.
We're gonna have to find somebody else to murder.
I sharpened this knife for nothing.
They just kill each other.
like, what's really seriously wrong with those three?
Maybe it was best they
They're
died.
just,
Yeah,
they're
that's
just
fair.
dead for some reason. No one knows why. Full of knife holes. Okay, so yeah, I think Tyr, he just sort of stiff upper lips it. Right, he just looks at you and he's just like, "Do it. I have nothing left to say." Do you stab him?
Right
that's
through
what
the
you
heart.
do? Okay. All
Nice
right.
and swift.
Yeah. So he dies. His body tumbles to the damp earth, and his blood stains the banner. Which, when you return, you carry it back to the site of your camp. There are some cheers, some like nervous glances. Most of the people of Thornheim look at each other like, "Oh God, what's gonna happen now?" Like they're terrified because they don't know. They know Tyr's dead. You came back with the banner.
Right.
And they're afraid that it's like the time to execute all of them. So, does anybody want to say something?
I'll say, your leader Tyr is no more, but we want to give you the opportunity. If you will swear yourself to Kettleguard, you may join us on our journey, so long as you make yourself useful and all of your efforts go towards the betterment of Kettleguard. Otherwise, you may just disperse and take your chances in the woods.
Yeah, and I think that there are some who Like mostly, I'd say like a good portion of them are like nodding and like wiping their brows, like, oh, thank the gods, like we're gonna live. I don't care where we go or where my life continues, but I don't have to die. I don't get my arms ripped off by these guys. So they're like pleased and they're ready to swear allegiance. I think there is a contingent that are like, no, screw you, Thornham forever. And they get up and start gathering their things. What do you do with the 6 fighting men that remain? Because these guys are loyalists. They refuse. They're like, we're not coming with you. Like, you killed all of our friends. And they're the only ones you have, like, restrained. They're the ones tied up because they're the only ones that are dangerous.
Oh, those 3 guys shouldn't have killed themselves.
We could use them right about now, yes.
Is there any way to put them to any type of work at all, or they're just too?
I mean, you'd have to. These are the guys you have to make into thralls. You'd have to clap them in irons and be like, "You lost the fight. You belong to us now." But that's not a good way to like, because they're like brothers and husbands of the other people who are like leaving or staying, and so their families are kind of waiting to see like, okay, are you gonna execute my boyfriend? Because if you do, then now I gotta make a decision based on that. But if you let him go, maybe we'll all run away.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, battle comes with its consequences,
Yeah.
and allegiance comes with consequences as well.
Yeah, I mean, their
So
choice.
they will not pledge their allegiance to us.
Yeah, culturally, their choice here is to join you, right? You've taken their banner as a prize. You've said we're taking your village. You are becoming one with us. We are becoming greater, and you are going to eventually, in a couple of generations, just bleed into it. Doesn't. No one will ever remember that it's any different. But their choice here is either yes, go along with that, or be like, no, we're out. In which case, they're exempting themselves from civilization. Essentially, they're becoming outlaws. Their only life then would be like brigands or bandits, or like I said, run off into the fens and become bog people.
Okay. Oh, I feel
It's an option.
I feel like we give them the option, but
Yeah,
if
death.
they choose no,
Like, it's either death or we set them free to the swamps.
yes.
Okay. Is that the plan? So you free them and let them do their thing? Okay. Yeah, I mean, they all choose the bog.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, it's at least, even if they have to be outcasts, at least they'll be able to decide what they do. And it's more spite. It's more just like, I'll never join you, cattle guard. You stink.
I think I think
We'll
it's
grow
a sign
swamp radishes.
Swamp.
I think it is a
Bjorn!
sign.
I point at them, and Bjorn runs towards them a little when they say swamp radishes.
I see it as a bit of a weakness, a sign of weakness to let they were warriors.
These humans are soft.
Yeah.
Soft and sentimental. Their ways are strange.
Yeah.
Who's to say they wouldn't have turned on us in the next battle, just
Very.
out of spite?
Very true.
Well, no, I believe what Adric's saying is we should have killed them.
Killed them. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that we killed enough of them where we don't look weak.
Yeah, the ground is still stained red with blood.
We
There's
got
a
their leader.
crow pecking at a corpse nearby.
The only ones to walk away are 6.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so there's a group of maybe like 30 of them. The six fighting men, their families, some of the other dissenters, and yeah, they head south and east out towards the great fen swamp.
Are the I guess like significant others of those 6 nearby?
I mean, I think everybody is like packing up, right? So they're getting their bags, and there's
Oh, okay.
they're not all like.
How
family
many
man.
join our party?
Like 100.
Okay.
Give or take.
30 leave and 100 join.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So your ranks swell. And you co-opt all of their food as well. I assume you don't give the people that are leaving any food.
No.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
they're gonna have to
No. They get
fend
fed
for themselves.
Grow those delicious swamp radishes you're always talking
Oh, we will.
about. Yeah.
We will. We love
Okay.
swamp radishes. Yeah, we'll eat alligators
Yeah.
and become strong and come
Okay.
get you.
Good
Come.
luck against the dire squirrels.
Yeah. So they leave. They head out.
Is it possible to speak to the
gathered mass.
our new yes our
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if you
I
want
would
to
like to-
rally everyone together.
I want to walk up to them, which and I'm sure some of them are like, ooh, Varl. But
The
there's-
last Varl they knew was an insane berserker.
Yes.
So this is an improvement.
yes. So I'm trying to
For them.
soothe them.
Yeah.
So I just want to go to them and say, former people of Thornheim, do understand that while your reign of your culture has ended today with the death of your leader, Tyr, and that we have battled here earlier. You are now part of Kettleguard. So all past occurrences are no more. You are with us. We will treat you as such. As long as you show your loyalty to us, we will do the same for you. Those that ran off, those 6, I'm sure they were your husbands, fathers. They had their choice. But rest assured, that will not be any judgment on us to you. We are Kettleguard. You will join us. We are one.
Yeah, and so they, I mean,
I have +2 influence.
yeah, you
I
want
don't know if that helps
Yeah,
at
let's
all,
have your
but-
roll. Roll and see
Oh, I'm
how-
gonna roll
see
this
how
one?
you-
Oh.
see how
Do
good
it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 2.
Like a 3, yeah.
Nice, okay.
+2 is 5.
Okay, all right. So it's mostly fear. They're not like running scared of you, but there is this like downtrodden, non-combatant like basically they're like you've just occupied them. You're like you
So-
belong to us now.
So what happened was I gave that speech, and in my head, it sounded like a soothing tone, like a welcoming. But to them, I didn't realize that the way I projected it sounded more like a threat of like, be with us or I will kill you.
Yeah, it was
you're
basically like
ours.
stop singing your Thornheimer songs and stop wearing the green and purple of Thornheim like you are part of our
It's like,
society now.
Be one of us and we'll be loyal to you. But to them, it's like, be one of us and we'll be loyal to you. Or else, and I'm
Yeah.
like looking like, what? I don't understand why they. I just gave them kind words. Why
Right,
are they so
right.
scared?
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
Just don't be a Thornheim in our sides. Is what I choose to
We
say
seriously
out
are
loud.
gonna have to discuss this.
Yeah, it's a disease.
Don't remember Varl's having such humor,
Yeah.
if that is what you refer to it as.
So it's still early. It's still early in the day. The camp has been the enemy camp has been taken down and torn apart. All of the useful materials have been gathered, and I think by midday, it is sort of time to continue. I think that maybe Isgard, you notice a goodly number of people in your caravan are wearing polished stone like brooches, or like they have like a necklace on. One woman has like some like feathers she's like tied into her hair. They all have these like trinkets, and you don't know where they came from. And when you go to check the food, you're actually lower on food than you first thought that you were. It seems that there's been some trading going on.
Ah, the caravan.
And so let me just it's gonna be tricky.
What
to
did
get
you
there.
do?
Well, if I remember correctly, they were hunting trinkets. We do have a hunting mission plan. We could see if
Yeah.
there's
Well-
any truth to it.
Yes, I mean, the hunting mission is all well and good, but why are we lower on supplies? Is my question.
You wanna just like grab a random
Yeah.
person from the caravan?
Yeah, I would like to grab a random person,
Okay.
and I would like to put them between me and Bjorn and be like, hey, we were dealing with this whole tier situation. Why are these people wearing trinkets, and where is our food?
So
And then-
the young girl you have grabbed and are threatening with your bear. She's like, there was a woman in the woods, a witch. She came with wonders and only wanted a little food in trade. And so some of the villagers, we thought if we were going into the woods, it would be good to have the blessings of the gods. And so we traded with her. And she was so nice, we gave her a little extra.
Bah! Superstitions and nonsense. Those trinkets will not aid us. The food would have aided us.
Can I make any kind of like intelligence check to see if these trinkets are bullshit or if they possibly could have
Okay,
some kind of
like,
mystical properties?
Game recognized game. Yeah, sure. You can make a roll. Make a knowledge. Make a knowledge roll. Because you've done that mystical
That's
bullshit
what I
your
do.
own day.
It's a 20.
Nice.
Wow.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay. I mean, in a way, the gods are mysterious, and so how could one tell the difference between magic and bullshit? You can't. There's no like litmus test for these things. You'd have to understand the witch herself, and she has mysteriously vanished. So, they seem earnestly crafted, but I mean, anyone can carve, Hridvalder's sigil into stone or gather crow feathers and tie them together. So hard to say. Hard to say.
This may have been an unwise trade on their part, but if the people believe it,
Yes,
then
and
maybe it will help us.
so with the 20, that's what it comes down to is that ultimately everybody wearing them is moving with a sense of like they're not looking at the old wood like it's terrifying anymore. They're looking at it as like, oh, we're protected. Hridvalder will guide us through the woods, and quail will fly into our mouths at our very command. Like they're not scared
Right.
anymore. Yeah.
Well, for the record, Bjorn and I think it was a stupid trade, but we let the girl go, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
The woods are powerful and not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
But maybe a warning about the usage of our assets to buy trinkets should be known.
Without the leader's permission, certainly unwise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sylvie?
Don't do it.
Yeah, maybe if we're to be bartering with our supplies, we run it by the leader first. But I think now the food is gone. We can't get it back. But we're heading into the woods, so we can just start our mission of having some people like travel at the sides to hunt while we're moving.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I use like an awareness check to check for game in the woods?
Yeah, it'd be
Or
a survival. It'd be survival.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna roll survival with your
12 or 20?
With your knowledge. It's a d20.
Okay.
Yep. And what's your
Oh,
knowledge?
6. And knowledge is 1.
And
7.
then another one from your one from
yeah.
survival, but
Yeah.
still only an 8. Okay. So you're out at the edge of the woods, and while everybody else is kind of like singing hi ho, and they're all really excited to get into the woods, you and I think as you're with him, the two of you are standing at the edge of the woods. You sense like a deeper, like a malevolence to the woods, right? Like beauteous though it may be, with its tall trees and their colorful leaves, you sense there's something else at play. The old wood has been around a long time, hence the name, and has been host to many strange creatures. So it's uneasy. There's a sense of unease to you. But the caravan is like, let's go, come on, like it's
Okay.
a trip into the woods.
All right. Isgard is with me?
Yeah, the two of you are
Okay.
standing kind of like observing the woods, and there's this ominous sense.
Yeah. All right. I don't like the feel of this place. We do need more supplies, especially now that we have more people and have traded them, but I don't know. This place is kind of giving me the creeps.
You are wise to feel uneasy.
Hmm.
Anyone who does not is ignorant. This
You-
place is full of powers.
You always
However,
all
we
like-
need to eat.
So you think we should risk the hunting anyway?
Eating squirrels.
Is there a way to hunt without going too far from the rest of the caravan?
We can keep to the edge. I'm not sure how much game we'll find there, but we can try.
Yeah, eventually you'll have to make your way through the woods. It's part of the track.
Yeah, we have to go
Well,
through
If
it.
you go around, you'll
they
miss the
skirted
wedding.
woods. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we don't have
So
They
we're
time.
came,
going
they came
through it.
up
Oh,
from
okay.
here and came back to
All
mess
right.
with you, and then they were gonna have to go through the woods anyway.
Oh,
so.
okay. Well, we have to enter the woods anyway, so we might as well hunt while we're there. Yes?
Yes, just be very careful.
Mm.
If anything looks strange, assume that it is.
Okay. Said the lady who evaporated someone with lightning.
You saw that too?
Yeah.
I thought we were just gonna not talk about that.
Pretty hard not to discuss.
Ixnay on the lightning.
I think we all saw it.
Is a majority of our caravan still wounded?
No, I mean there were like you won the fight pretty soundly. I think there are a few people like nursing injuries. Did you wanna stop and check on everybody before you press on?
Yeah, what is the difference between me having medicine as a skill? Like, what can
So-
that do as opposed
So
to...
let's talk about that. You want to go and check on your supplies because you did bring some medicine along. It's in one of the carts. Okay, I'm glad you thought to check. So you go, and no one has really looked at the medicine cart while all of this stuff was going on. And when you get there, it is clearly something is amiss. The tarp that was thrown over it has been the ropes have been cut, and there's some evidence that someone has tried to like cover up the tampering.
Immediately inspect what's going on
Yeah, come over.
in the medicine tent,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, so you pull the cover off. Most of your medicine supplies, most of your herbs have been stolen. Just gone. Just robbed.
Immediately go to check on Elfton Dredgehammer.
Okay, it's fine. It's still there. Yep. The caravan masters, whoever stole from this, they didn't know which. They either just like picked a random Yox cart and stole from it, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Sylvie.
Okay.
Just so you are aware, our medicine supply has been ransacked. I do not know by who or by what or even when. We are very short on medicine, so everyone should be as careful as possible.
Okay. And we'll keep an eye out for any shady characters, whether it's some of our new members or some of our old that might have done this before.
I mean, did you want to ask around? Like, you could investigate a little if you want.
I would find the culprit if possible.
Right. Okay. Is there any way to like investigate to determine at what time it happened?
I think like CSI type activities are a little beyond the technological level of the
We
kind
can't
of
scan
Iron
for
Age.
fingerprints.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
What's the last?
I don't have that
remember?
ability.
Do you
Yeah.
remember when the medicine was fine? A time when it wasn't messed with?
Yeah, well, I guess before the battle.
You haven't needed to use it. No one's
Yeah,
Right.
no one
So
got
it
sick
could
from
happen
the storm.
any time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, you could look around the scene. I mean, you do have like survival as a skill, so you could look and investigate if you wanted to.
I have
if somebody wanted to do
awareness.
that.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that
you want
would
to make an awareness check?
'Kay.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So what is that? Knowledge plus 1?
Yes.
So that's plus 4, so it's a 20.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. There are footprints in the mud, leading away, not towards the woods, but like north along the edge of the woods. It looks like 3 sets of footprints. One lighter, 2 heavier, all human.
There are 3 sets of footprints here leading north.
What did you get? You got like a 20, more than a 20, right?
I got a 20.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
So 16 plus 4.
So these are not these are like hunter's boots. They're not the kind of footwear like your people would wear. Like you would recognize these as being different.
Couldn't
3
be the
sets.
people from Thornheim, could it? That we let free?
No,
So it's
Could
not someone with us at all.
no, certainly not
Oh.
anymore.
Ooh.
Could it have been Thornheim who joined us but then backstabbed us, grabbed medicine, and left?
Not in the short time that it would have
Okay.
taken.
I think it sounds like there's some new
Okay.
individuals.
There's
in the-
thieves.
So we have to be aware of thieves in the woods.
Is it worth going after the tracks?
Are they in the opposite direction?
Yeah, they don't go into the woods.
Okay. It would be against the direction that we're going to get to the wedding, and I think it would be unwise to go out of our way. But we should be aware because now we're low on medicine, and keep an eye out for any other characters in the woods lurking.
Let's
need
all be
better
very cautious.
Should we assign a guard to our remaining medicine? Someone from the caravan.
Yeah, you could take some of your fighting men and assign them to guard, like bring them back away from the forefront of the caravan and assign them to guard the remaining supplies.
Yeah, keeping whatever little medicine we have left is very important.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Also, maybe eat a lot of oranges. Just keep that vitamin C up.
Yeah.
Don't get sick.
Yeah.
Is
What is a
Adric,
vitamin?
is Adric still at like half health?
No, you'll by
Okay.
by the time like when we start the next session, you'll all have all your health and
Okay,
armor
great.
back to normal.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, and recover your willpower and everything. Okay. Well, so I think then why don't we just set into the woods and we'll draw close to our episode then.
Is
If there's
there
anything
is
else you wanna do out
there?
here.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, is there anything else that you want to do out here? Because like these guys, you could if that's what you're talking about, like leaving and going after the supplies. They've got a good start on you. They left probably at the beginning of the battle.
Oh, okay, so there's
Oh,
no
wow.
catching up. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Is
would-
medicine easy to find, like in the woods or
It
something?
could be.
Like
yeah.
herbs
yeah.
and stuff?
Isgard
such?
might be able to scavenge some up if you want to take the time.
Is
Yeah,
that
so
like
that's
a
something to think
survival?
about.
Maybe while a hunt is happening,
Hmm.
Isgard can go
Yeah,
along and look
yeah.
for medicine.
Yeah, if you take a slow pace through the woods.
I would like to speak with Sylvie.
Sure. Okay.
It was pleasant.
So slowly walk up. So, you're killed today. Thoughts? How do you feel?
I think Tyr was right that it should have been me to do it. And while it was hard, I do acknowledge that I was the leader, and so I should take the responsibility.
As a Varl, it's been well to fight alongside as opposed to being controlled as Berg was for Tyr. So the fact that you did this yourself as opposed to commanding one of us to do it did show some honor. And the fact that you also allowed people to make a choice to join was very interesting. If this were an all-Varl battle, no one would have survived that lost.
I don't agree with anyone who will look down on the Varl or who will treat them as lesser. People need to acknowledge that times are changing and they can either change or die. And I like to show that we are strong, but we'll also still show mercy.
You are very wise, Sylvie. It makes me wonder if I could learn more from humans like you, or be more disappointed that you're not a Varl. And I just walk off.
Good scene.
Yeah. So the two of you rejoin the caravan. You have to kind of like, it's easy for him because his legs are as long as trees. You have to kind of dash to run up and catch her. Maybe you help.
Scurry over.
Yeah, you like help a woman with her, like pick up her child. The caravan starts to pick up its pace, and we get a long sort of pullback of the little dots of the people of the caravan slowly entering into the great kind of looming darkness of the old wood, and that's what we'll pick up next time. Pick up the old wood.
Wow.
That
That
was
was
intense.
nice. Yeah.
Good
I
work,
almost
Bjorn.
died, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
God.
Literally almost died.
You're very close.
We almost lost our warrior, and we're not
Yeah.
even in the wood
Yeah.
yet.
Wow.
I'm curious as to how Adric will handle knowing how he was saved in that battle. Learning that in some way, if he even does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
will
have
he?
to see. Yeah.
He doesn't know what it was.
Yeah, and it might be a thing you can call him on later and be like, "You'd be dead if it weren't for me." So we'll see. We got two more episodes to go, or we'll see what happens. Thank you for coming, everybody, and for participating in the caravan. We'll be back next week. Oh, we got this.
Yeah.
Hello, hi.
Hello. Can you guys? Oh, I'm
There
on.
you go.
All right. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Give it up for our performers here. This was an awesome show. Spam that left shark emote in the chat if you loved what you saw. Be sure to subscribe to Hyper RPG. Give us a follow if you haven't already. And thank you for watching. And I will let you guys finish the show, but be sure to stick around all week here at Hyper RPG for some really awesome Gen Con IRL coverage and all of our other shows. So, all right, giving this back.
Yay!
Thank you. Yes, thanks for coming, everybody. We are done for the week. Big thank you, of course, to the Banner Saga, to Stoic, to Versus Evil. Don't forget, Banner Saga Trilogy is available right now, immediately, on Steam and on many other platforms. Go check it out. It's really good. If you like the combat, everything that I'm doing rules-wise here is derived from that game, so you can see more of the granularity in there. Thanks again for watching, everybody. We will see you next week.
All right.
I hope you all enjoy those trinkets you traded away our food for.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You can't eat a necklace.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.